Okay, nice big delay. Going live, yeah, that was definitely a massive delay, but let's see if the choppiness is gone, because that is the most important thing. Give everybody a few minutes to catch back on. Who's that guy? I guess we can go do some sales while we're waiting for folks to get back into the stream. Head to the storefronts. Where are you guys? Alright, as soon as you guys are coming on, if you could let me know in chat if this is any better or if we're in the same straits. I guess at this point there's nothing else I can do because it's running smooth on my screen. So if it's still all screwed up, I guess we're just stuck with it, which is a bummer. And that's just a curse on YouTube.
Hey man, got a lot of chems here if you need something to help you relax.
Video is smooth so far. Okay, that's good.
Looking for a job?
Oops.
You got one.
Don't really need a job, but
Looking for a mutated burn if you find any. I hear some grows out near Forest Grove Marsh. Natural radiation sucker. Be great for cooking radish.
I hate having to reboot the stream. They really need a better system for that. YouTube is terrible with it because now we've got 1/3 the viewers coming back. It's better now? Okay, good. It's on a much better delay, or a bigger delay, so my chat is gonna be even slower, or my talking to you guys is gonna be even slower than usual.
I'll walk out right now if you don't make me a real offer.
200. That's all I can pay. I swear.
Thank you for the experience.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Smooth but laggy here and there. All right, that works. Oh, and I did actually what I meant to do with you, Solomon,
Prescriptions filled right here.
is barter.
Anything you need.
I've got a few minutes to browse.
Every chem for every need.
The game's a little quiet. Okay, I can turn up the volume again, but let me finish my selling here of all this crap. Actually, I think I might have sold most of my stuff. Oh, you can have this thing. You can always... every legendary I get has been just a bunch of doo-doo. Here we go. 45 rounds, 38 rounds. I think I've been saving the mini nukes for the one day when I stumble upon a fat man and I just want to make a mess. Oh, purified water. Here we go. Oh, that's a lot of caps I can get. How about 2, 3, 30 more? There we go. Accept. Thank you. All right, let's turn up the game volume a little bit. Audio. I don't want to turn up too high because then I'll get distracted. All right. Well, we're up to about 60% of you guys returned now. I guess that's about the best I'm going to get because the algorithm has deemed it such. All right, let's head to the run. Hello. Welcome back, folks. Let's go talk to our bestie, the Ron. See who he can rustle up for us here. Oh, Beowulf, my mod list is tiny. I think I'm running like 12 mods, something like that. Alright, where is... here he is.
Welcome to the Ron's Information Emporium. How can the Ron help you today?
Find new seller.
Any idea where I can find some?
Hello, Fess.
For talent, are we? What kind of attributes
How's the old I think you said you're on a work trip right now, right? How's it going? Let's go with intelligence.
Sorry, but the talent pool's running a tad dry lately.
Okay, endurance is no good. Or wait, I just did intelligence. Alright, we'll try...
Hey there.
Oh yeah, it's business time.
find
Any
a
idea where I
settler.
can find someone?
Looking for talent, are we? What kind of attributes you in the market for?
I'm looking for someone.
Yeah, let's try endurance.
Sorry, but the talent
Oh.
pool's running a tad dry.
I know there's more people. We have not gotten everybody. I might have to build up some more settlements to trigger some things, and like some of them are tied to the different factions. Like I think we need to have the Brotherhood and Railroad show up, or we need to move their quests along to unlock some of them. So I might need to go play some vanilla quests, which should be interesting. I haven't done that in a while.
For talent, are we? What kind of attributes you in the market for?
I'm looking for someone.
All right, look. Hey, there we go.
This lead should get you what you're looking for. Come back again.
Oh, Viking, I think you'll be downvoted with that opinion. The Ron's a hero in this circle. So you must have been one of the ones that appreciated the beat down that the Ron gets. Mentura, I found that the only having 2 gig video and 4 gigs RAM, the biggest settlement I can build is 8 settlers. Ouch. That is painful. That sounds like a good excuse to turn off all of the settings, right? Like just turn off every gameplay option and make it minimalist so that you can just build for pretty factor with those 8 people. Yeah, that would be meant to. That's if I had that situation where I could only have 8 settlers, I wouldn't even try to play with the mechanics on. I would just turn off all of the difficulty options, put it so that you don't have to worry about food or water or any of those things, and just focus on just making something that looks cool with your handful of plots you'd be able to handle. All right, who did we get today? And did they run away? It looks like they're probably wandering over to Zamonia. Well, let's chase them down. Your mod list is at 345, Beowulf. Then yeah, you are hardcore with that. I think I got the highest I got up to in Fallout 4 is like in the 250s, and my save was pretty unstable. I have it, but mostly I'm just playing with minimal mods, not because I don't like mods. It's because I want to make sure that all the bugs I experience in here I can fix. So like if I have a save, oh, I think I know who this is. If I run into a bug, and anybody who's been watching the stream knows I do this, is I make a save of that issue, write myself down some notes, and then when I next am in bug fix mode, it's easy for me to track it down and fix it, so that way I can patch it out. Whereas as soon as I introduce a lot of other mods, then I spend a lot of time troubleshooting. Like with my last Let's Play where I had over 200 mods, every day before I would start playing just to record footage, I would spend like an hour and a half bug fixing my load order, which was getting really tedious.
Are you the one building these settlements? I heard you keep your people safe. Ah, shit! They found me. Keep your heads down.
Oscar, there's going to be a prequel quest mod where we play as Zeron. If only. Wait, where's the bounty hunter? You know what? I wouldn't be shocked if the bounty hunter spawned inside the settlement, because I'm guessing the quest did not. When we made the quest work, we didn't have the visitor system where the NPCs would patrol between the settlements. So that's funny. I actually have a better script for that. I think now, like, we have a script we use all the time where it's like spawn behind player, and like we should switch this over to that. Let me guess, is the bounty hunter fighting our settlers now? Yep. Everybody's helping out. But I'll take the final shot there. Oh, did we get the we got a Brahmin farm here? Awesome. Search the body. What else you got? Nothing. Alright, where'd Viceroy go? Where'd you go, buddy? You have a 3080 card now and 60 RAM, so mostly graphic and bug fix. Yeah, that makes sense. I can't wait till I think I said this last week, I can't wait till the 40 series of graphics cards comes out, because already, I see the 30 series is already, the price is going way down, but a lot of that is like aftermarket cards, which I do not recommend buying an aftermarket card because they probably were used for mining, so they've probably burned half their lifespan off. But once the 40 series comes out, the 30 series will go on sale at major retailers, like brand new, as opposed to buying aftermarket. And then I can finally have some what's it called? Ray tracing.
If you're willing to stop them.
Enzo of the CPD has some issues. Oh yeah, Yagi already's got you there. Yeah. CPD is a quest line that I've told this story a few times, but it's been through some hell. The main quest and the Nightingale quest should be good to go though.
They haven't said much.
I think there's some reports of the last quest in the Nightingale line having problems, but I'm still waiting on somebody to get me some save files with the issue so I can deal with it.
Met the one leaking onto the ground. The other is meaner looking.
Whatever it is, I'll stop it.
All right. Then let me see what you found on that hunter. A lucky item? That's what this shit is about?
Why is that so important?
That's just it. The whole thing is a misunderstanding. I used to go on about a bottle cap that kept me safe on the road, but it was just a story. I only have it because I like the design on the back. Yeah, take the damn thing if it'll get these idiots off my tail.
All right, off to Goodneighbor we go. What is the body cleanup system like in vanilla FO4? It depends. So usually it will clean up after so many bodies pile up in an area. I don't remember what the number is. It'll just start cleaning them up. But if a body gets what's called persisted, which means that some quest is referencing it or there's something going on with it that makes it need to stick around for some reason in order for something else to complete, then the body can stick around basically forever.
Fred Allen at the Hotel Rexford hadn't believed it.
Off we go.
Like Sabu, too.
Sure as hell didn't happen.
I should also check in here. Oh no, I was gonna say I should check in here for Benny Strong, but I think you have to do the vanilla quest in here too. I'm at the point where I should start doing some vanilla quests if I want to unlock all these characters.
Are you actually going to go down and do some work?
Being available to the customers is work. It's not all about
Hey there.
cooking
You're new
chems,
around
Claire.
Goodneighbor, if
It's
I'm not
not
mistaken.
all about sampling
What do you
those
think of the
chems
place?
either. Maybe if you stopped using
Seems like my kind of place.
Bit of a rough town,
Where's
but
the fun?
beats
Oh,
cowering
here
behind the
here comes the
walls of Diamond
spam.
City, that's for
My
damn
mistake.
sure. Name's Rufus. I do repairs around here. Keep the robots running, sell a bit of scrap, that sort of thing. I'm usually here or drinking that swill Charlie slinging at the third rail. Looking for parts? I also might have a job for you if you're interested.
What's the job?
Don't know if you've had the beer down at the third rail, but I swear Charlie must have found it in a sewer.
Found this holotape while doing repairs at the Rexford. Delivery notice for a brewing machine. Pre-war. Thing is, it was never delivered. Well, with all the bombs and all. Done some asking around, and I think it might still be intact. Which is where you come in.
I assume this is a paying job.
Of course. How about 200 caps? And some of the beer. Think you can get a hold of that brewing machine for me?
This isn't exactly the safest neighborhood. What about hazard pay?
Fair point. 300 caps. Plus beer. Are you gonna take the job?
Have you seen how many super mutants are out there?
You drive a hard bargain.
Just
400
collecting that XP, even if I'm not going to do the
That's
quests.
all I can do.
I actually might do some of these quests because I do want to.
Machine for me?
I want to unlock all these characters.
I'm in. Let's do it.
Great. So, the brewing machine is in the basement of an old bar called the Shamrock Tap House. When you leave town, make your way around east till you hit Atlantic. Great big green sign. Bring it back here when you're done.
All right, more quests. Let's see. Do you got one for me
man,
too?
Someone new. You need some jet, man.
I will always take some jet.
Prices?
Sure.
You have any
But
work?
first, let me
Yeah,
get some
actually,
XP from
might
you.
be perfect. You know the gunners, right? The high-end mercenaries? Well, a few of them were talking about scavenging around that old hallucinogen building. I mean, just think about that name. There's got to be some shit there that's out of this world. You get me something, I pay you 200 caps.
More money.
A little low, Fred.
All right, let's make it 250.
Not good enough. You said there's already a crew of mercs there.
I did say that, didn't I? How about 300?
More.
Chem addicts. You have plenty of money to fund this job.
Okay. You got
I'm gonna get a level up off of these
400
speech
caps,
checks.
That's all I can put out.
All right, Fred. We have a deal.
You're the best. The absolute best.
All right, more quests. Let's see. Now I remember what we even came here for. I think we were gonna go upstairs and yeah. Here we go. We're going to just ignore Murawski. There's what we want over here. You need to talk about my jet problem, Si? Psh. Oh yeah, we get a free settler here.
What? No, it can't.
Let's zap him.
It's you from Sanctuary Hills, right?
Yeah, I'm from Sanctuary.
What? You don't remember me? I sold you that space in the vault.
Sehoi, thoughts on Todd announcing Fallout 5 casually? I mean, that was kind of a bummer because he basically like dashed all of our hopes of like, oh, maybe they'll get, you know, Obsidian and who's the team that makes Wasteland that also like basically Microsoft has like the entire original Fallout creators under their umbrella now, and it's like, you know, the hope of them taking one of their franchises, whether it be Elder Scrolls or Fallout, and giving it to one of their other teams, and basically Todd just pooped on that idea and left us with you know, basically a 10-year wait until we get Fallout 5, so that's kind of a bummer. But I am super stoked for Starfield, so that's not really a huge concern right now.
Told me that. Unbelievable. Well, I had to get to the future the hard way. Living through the filth, the decay, and the bloodshed. Look at me. I'm a ghoul. A freak.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know this would happen.
You know, you're the only other person I met from before. Oh God, I've been so alone here. No Commonwealth settlement, once a ghoul with 200 years of Vault Tech Seals experience.
Hey, you know, you could head back to Sanctuary. I'll come visit. I promise.
Really? You will? Okay, I'll head over there right now. You promise you'll come visit, right? I'll see you there.
I'll take a free set. Oh yeah, we were gonna zap him. Come here. What's he got? Hey, look at that intelligence. Beautiful. He's gonna make a great scientist. All right, well, now let's continue with what we were doing. Let's save. Actually, I'm gonna quick save in case I get caught for this. Nope. Dog meat. Stop opening doors. There we go.
Nice.
Who's there?
Oh. Nope. Can't kill him with that. Come here, bounty hunter. Where are you? Gotcha. Alright. Listen to Target Hollow, Viceroy Hollow Tape. Let's see. Miscellaneous. There we go.
You have the target and your instructions. Recover the item at any cost. Return it to the coordinates listed on this tape. Do not hold back in your attempts to recover the item. If you are not relentless, it will seal your fate.
Track down the coordinates. Okay. I think this is Bunker Hills where it's got us going. Show on map. Yep, Bunker Hill. Can we fast travel from here? No, of course not. The music fan, is there a way to make facilities workers not assigned to a task automatically clean common areas? It would be more immersive while I'm out doing other quests. They still keep busy. Not currently. So, and it won't be part of the 2.0 patch either, but sometime either with the 3.0 patch or sometimes before the 3.0 patch, we're going to need to add some sort of like automation system for HQ because otherwise it'll slow down. So for these guys who played through Chapter 1 back in the day and then came back and played again for Chapter 2, you notice there's no break between chapters 1 and chapters 2. It just flows naturally, and that's the same thing that's going to happen between 2 and 3. So we're not going to want to have this like big long time span. So like it worked nicely for the end of chapter 2, where we're like, okay, you guys aren't going to have anything to play from us quest wise for, you know, basically a year or close to it. And so there was, you know, having a long gameplay loop like HQ made sense for that period. But once you're playing straight from 2 to 3, then, you know, we'll want some sort of a rest period because it just makes sense in where the story goes, but not as long as it takes currently. So we'll probably have something similar to like a skip option where it'll be like, you know, just have HQ kind of handle itself and build up the basics. You know, nothing won't go in depth, but it'll build up something that will work well enough to proceed with the story, and like that type of automation we'll have to do at some point. And then because HQ is inevitably going to get more and more deep and complex, not only with stuff we're adding, but with stuff add-on pack authors make, you guys are eventually going to want some sort of like city plan type system for that. So that will probably come in the future, but it's not available yet.
The atmosphere's playing the dickens with my signal. One moment. My Protectron informs me you've delivered the item, but oh my. It seems you aren't the people I hired. But if you found the item, why risk bringing it to me? And how did you avoid its curse?
What are you talking about?
You don't have to believe me. Nobody does. But that item you have destroys lives. Wherever the item goes, death and destruction follow. It's hard to spot in the wasteland, but it left a more obvious trail before the bombs fell. I traced its movements for centuries. On October 23rd, 2077, it was at the epicenter of what is now Cambridge Crater.
So, what do you remember about the past?
Enough I'd rather forget. The pain of losing that world forever, it never goes away.
Anything's possible.
Then you understand why I've gone to such lengths to contain it. I thought the item was lost forever, until I heard the recent rumors of ill-gotten luck. I offered much for its safe return to this Protectron. Which is why this robot will soon march itself into the depths of the glowing sea. There it can ruin the lives of rat scorpions. But first, payment for your trouble. And I assure you, we will never speak again.
Off he goes. Has anybody ever followed this bot? I remember setting it up to march into the glowing sea, and I don't know if it continues to go after the quest ends, or if, because a lot of times when you set up an AI package in a quest, as soon as the quest stops, it terminates. And I think when I originally set this up, my assumption was, well, nobody's gonna like actually follow this bot all the way, so I don't know if I took the time to like finish all that out. But once in a while, if I'm in the right mood, I'll be like, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So the person who decides to see where this guy goes, it'll play out for them. Like, so there's occasionally we do that, and sometimes we don't. I don't remember if we did it for this one. All right, let's head back to Viceroy, collect our next settler. Not crazy. Does the HQ have or might get themes like plots do? So that will be up to the add-on pack community. So we definitely, it has the capability to, you know, people can design their own rooms, and, you know, it would definitely be, I would love to see, you know, like an Institute themed add-on pack that made versions of all the rooms with, you know, with the Institute skin, so it looked like a clean, high-tech facility, or like a Brotherhood pack. Like, it would be awesome to do, to take the kits, like the build kits in the game already in the CK for the different factions, and use those, or you know, do a pre-war thing like that. That's absolutely possible within the code. So will our team do it? No, we don't have the bandwidth to do that, but others could do it for sure. Oh man, he's just hanging out in this derelict house. Are the bodies still here? No, but it's still on fire. Oh wow, some of the bodies are still here. That's kind of funny. See that? See what I was talking about? How sometimes the bodies get cleaned up, sometimes they stick around forever. In this case, these are probably going to stick around forever. Yep, there's the commander from. Oh, even his gibs are still there. And apparently, I was a terrible looter when I was playing last. Look at all this good stuff. Oh, there was some silver there too. Where'd it go? And how about you? Man, so much good stuff. All right, let's talk. Oh, he's just sleeping. He moved in. That's actually kind of awesome. He moved into this little former settlement. He cannot go that way.
Care of.
Stand up, buddy. I'll send you to a settlement with other people in it.
You have no idea how relieved I am. Don't give me the details. If I don't know where the scab is, I can't pick it off. Oh, I can't thank you enough. Next time I'm through, I'll sell some of my private stock. Good rates, just for you. I don't know why they'd kill for a bottle cap. The rabbit's foot brought me real luck, ever since I found it in Cambridge, but I never talked about it. But I'm done with all that. Here, take it. I insist. Consider it a bonus.
Got ourselves a lucky rabbit foot. I like that. I like that Sherlock actually found a model for it. All right, let's see. Everyone goes to Sunshine. Quest and characters written by Corned Beef. Hashtag. Voiceover written by Evan Mills. The client by Space Fiddle. Space Fiddle's got quite the catalog of characters he's voiced, not just in SS2, but also in other mods, and I think he's done a bunch of Skyrim stuff too. Let's see here. Level 31. All right, so I think that means I finally get the 2 perks I've been holding out for. Rifleman and Toughness, I think, are the 2 I really wanted. Toughness because I don't like dying, even though I'm not great at combat, and Rifleman for similar reasons. So, all right, we'll take it. What does this one do? 80% more damage, and then is the next one 100% more damage? Yeah, double damage. Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay. So now we're basically, with this much toughness, we're basically like immune to pipe pistol fire, which is fun. Let's see here. Laser Love. We can go check in with Gremlin. All right, off to Sunshine. 21 people. We're getting quite the pile over there. Oh, I just did some sort of unlock and I missed it. Crud. I don't know what that was. One of the features on my dream list for the mod that'll be in that category of things like we talked about earlier with the vanilla quest item alternates would be setting up like an in-game thing that you could browse through the stuff you had unlocked and have like an explanation of how you unlocked it so that people don't have to go to the wiki. I mean, for now, we just have to rely on the wiki for a lot of information because the interface in this game is kind of a pain in the butt. Yeah, I can hear the sound going. So I definitely just unlocked something. I'm trying to think of what it might have been. Because in some of my testing, I often get the pop-ups like on my head. I think one of them that was due up was the Wasteland Theater. I might be due for that one. Let's check if that unlocked. Because that I really want to show off because there's some really cool stuff in that. Okay, I'll get the 3x3 once I unlock that. So that's not there. And I think the other one I was close to getting was the rare materials for industrial. Let's see if that was it. Where is an industrial plot? Anybody? Oh, here's one. Beowulf, do you think the team can do some things more in the Glowing Sea next season? I think we do have some stuff in the Glowing Sea quest-wise, if that's what you mean. If you mean... Wait, what do you mean plot's doing something? This plot has been here for ages. So I must be stuck. So let's do a little console command foo here. CF. Refresh plot. Let's see if that helps. So I think we're doing something else. Hey, cool. Unlocked the beauty style, which is... I think we called it beauty for a while and then called it barber in some places. I think this is one of those ones where we were inconsistent with our naming. But as far as Glowing Sea, if you mean next season as in next season, the city plan contest, I know one of the things we're talking about doing is doing some mod added settlements at some point. And I don't know if there's a bunch of... does anybody know, are there mod created settlements in the Glowing Sea? Because the problem with that would be you'd constantly be under rads if you're out there, which would be kind of a bummer. There it goes. Yep, that worked. Okay. I just want to look at choose building plan. Let's see. Yep, rare materials. So I must have unlocked rare materials and as one of them, and then barber is the other one. All right, let's... I guess we'll just take advantage of all these people here for now, and we'll just build up some commercial for the sake of unlocking stuff, because I think that's the last class I need to unlock a lot of stuff in. So let's go ahead and do that. And it looks like we need some residential. We're getting a mountain of people here. and our ghoul guards, too. All right, we'll do... right there, sure. Alright, that's gonna... I guess we shouldn't put it right there. It's gonna get, the house is gonna get built right into that tree. Sure. Let's give them a little stare action. Sure, you can have some. There you go, buddy. Oh, that's one of our children of Adam. What else was I gonna do? Just distracted myself. I was gonna switch this to multi-person. So, hey, there's the theater. Beautiful. I'm gonna build that in a different settlement. Actually, oh, this is right in there. That's not great, but it is what it is. Wrong one. I can do it from this one. Choose building plan. All sorts of unlocks today. That's awesome. But yeah, we are 100% building the Wasteland Theater. I'm probably going to build it in Sanctuary. Let's see. Yep, that one works. All right, let's talk to Gremlin. And pay and build. Oh, I think we forgot to put those sounds of Geiger counter ticking in. Something else.
I'll be back.
Thank you, Rebo. I see I was behind on a bot.
Hey, how's it going? You're just who I wanted to see. This one's gonna be a little crazy, but I'm willing to pay 1,000 caps this time.
I'll take 1,000 caps. That's more. It's 2 more settlers.
10 fusion cores.
Well, glad I didn't sell off the ones I've got. I think I got 7 on me.
That's all?
Yep, that's it.
Oop, that was some crazy camera work.
Sure, I can do that.
I knew I could count on you.
All right, 10 fusion cores. How many do we have? I'm pretty sure I had 7 last I checked because I had considered selling them, and then glad I didn't. We got 1, 2. Oh, we got 8. All right, we need to find 2 more. All right, so let's head back to Diamond City. I'm sure people have some for sale, and then we can grab another. See if we can get any more folks from the Ron. Oscar Fry, don't make the Vault-Tec guy a scientist. Make him a settlement to settlement ASAM salesman. Let's see, who would have that for sale? Probably this dude. He's probably going to charge me way too much.
A long-range rifle lets you stay in cover.
Orb, hey King Gath, is there a reason Somerville Place is so miserable? They are always around 10 happiness in my playthroughs, and for some reason plots don't really work. Both of those things sound like you have a script overwrite. So if you have a mod that's, so there are two causes of this. The most common one is if you have workshop framework before unofficial patch in your load order. So make sure that when you look at your load order screen, that workshop framework goes lower than unofficial patch. That's the most common cause of stuff like that. Otherwise, it could be that one of your mods has mistakenly included a script that starts with the name workshop, and determining that is a real pain in the butt. You got to like open up all the archive files. Somebody in the chat might know a better way to do this. The only way I know to do it, I'm sure there's probably like an Xedit script or something that can search through for these, but I've always done it manually. I just open up all the BA2 files for any of my questionable mods, like those that are not super popular or by new mod authors, and make sure there's no script that starts with the word workshop. So if you see in the BA2 file or folder, you see something like scripts / workshop object, workshop parent, workshop NPC, anything like that, that's a big red flag. Like that mod is breaking your game. All right, so I just forgot what we're doing. Yeah, we're looking for fusion cores. All right, you got some. Good Lord, that's so expensive. All right, let's see what we can sell here. You can have these. 10 millimeter, 5.56. Let's see what we got for aid. You cannot have my jet. You can have this and this and these. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. I don't need all this. Right, I guess we'll have. You can have the razor grain. I don't need that. Sell a whole bunch of this. Oh wow, that's worth quite a bit. I didn't realize how much Radaway was worth. Awesome. All right, have some Radaway. Have some Rad-X. And then I'm gonna just give you some more so I can take the rest of your caps, because I just don't use Rad-X hardly ever. Why not? We'll find this stuff all over. Oh, too much. Give back 2. Yeah, sure, 3. Beautiful. All right, let's head back. Oh, let's go to the Ron. Oscar, follow the bot. Yeah, I guess I could have, but I think I didn't want to because if it didn't go out to the glowing sea and self-destruct, it would have been disappointing to show on camera. I'm gonna hope that it does, because if it doesn't, I need to make sure that ends up on my long-term to-do list of like final polish stage of like, all right, we're wrapping up S2, make sure all the T's are crossed, the I's are dotted. Let's make that bot explode. I am not following a protection onto the glowing sea. Yeah, that's what I assumed, I think, when I was setting that quest up. That's why I'm guessing all I did was gave it an AI package to just walk in that general direction. Whoops. That was a good reaction to me pulling that gun out, Ron.
Good to see you again, cool cat. Here to buy or here to sell?
Any idea where I can find someone?
Looking for talent, are we? What kind of attributes you in the market for?
I'm looking for someone. Smart.
Sorry, but the talent pool's
I don't know why I'm trying to figure out why those three in particular are stuck on. So I think we'll try them. We'll try them all one more time. My best guess is it's something like there's some people that are ready to go, but there's like a single thing missing from it. Like, but I don't remember what the test is for these to even show up.
Strong.
Sorry, but the talent.
All right, one more go on endurance. Nope. Let's not kill him.
Welcome to the Ron's Information Emporium. How can the Ron help you today?
And then I think it'll be time to move on, get some vanilla quests moving, because I know that will trigger some of them to be available.
I'm looking for someone. Tough.
Sorry.
Okay, thanks, Ron. All right, so I think both the Railroad and the Brotherhood have several characters locked behind them. But first, let's go to Gremlin and give her these things here, and then we're also going to go every time, and then we're going to go build ourselves a Wasteland Theater, because I want to see if we can get some of the little stage shows to trigger. Quester W, great. Now we can look forward to Carvok doing a Raider HQ. Oh, I'm trying to convince him. I've invited him to a meeting where he has seen the inner workings of the HQ setup and how it works. So I can only hope he's willing to open up the CK and start working on such a thing. That would be awesome. Not crazy. With Chapter 3 and part of Conqueror coming, can we please get the option to kill Preston again? So I think if we bring that in, it'll only be if we port the Jammer storyline, which that's only happening if we can finish it. So right now, that's not anything we're thinking about. For the most part, we're focused on, like, let's just get Chapter 3 done and make sure we get Jake's story wrapped up, because we don't want 2 stories left hanging like that. Like, the Conqueror was such a disappointment to all of us who were working on it that it fell apart at the end there. So we're not going to let that happen again with Jake's story. And then if we get Jake's done and, enough of the key people are available, most importantly the voice actors, then we'll talk about bringing the Jammer story to a conclusion and bringing it forward to SS2.
I'll be back.
And then that's where the ability to kill Preston would make sense. Here you go.
Oh, yes, come to Mama. Here's your caps. I'm gonna go work on this, but if I come up with anything good, you're the first person I'll tell.
Okay. Wait for Gilman to finish her experiments. All right, and then someone I think said the volume was a little low. Let's crank up the voice all the way. We'll do the master just a smidge more. Okay, 1,000 bottle caps. That is fantastic. What do we got now? 2,800. All right, we're golden there. All right, let's do some quests. I want to do the ones that I know are going to lead to. So we're going to do Road to Freedom. Not worried about that right now. Don't need that one right now. Oh yeah, I forgot to activate the computer in Vault 75. This one, so those two will get us to those characters. I'm trying to think if we may have to go a little bit into the main quest to unlock stuff, but I can't recall. So we're gonna, to get the Brotherhood to appear, don't you have to do part of the main quest, or do you just have to do the little thing with dance? Does anybody remember? I'm pretty sure it comes, I feel like every time I've done it, Nick is always with me. So I think I have to move forward with this. You guys will know better than me. Alright, so let's start by going to... Let's see, this one is... I gotta get closer. I think you can hear that signal from Grey Garden, so let's wander over there. XC versus I have one in the Glowing Sea, but unreleased. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I would think you would want, like, if you do it, you almost want to, like, force all the settlers there to wear hazmat suits so that their health isn't always down in the dumps, so they don't just get knocked off one shot by accident if the player breezes them with a bullet by accident. All right, let's see. Are we close enough to that? Yeah, military frequency.
Automated message repeating. This is Scribe Halen of Reconnaissance Squad.
Because I definitely want to get the Brotherhood Wilds, because they're one of my favorite settlers, comes from the Brotherhood. So we definitely need them to show up. Let's see, are we going to get lucky today? Of course not. I love these little shelters, these are awesome. Oh, I guess I can turn off that radio. Thank you, Scribe Halen. Is there anything good in any of these? Nothing? Alright. TGH Ward, do we get a weapon for giving the lady all the fusion cores? No, that is something we will rectify though in the long term. So we likely, so it was originally in the plan. The quest designer originally wanted a weapon, but that was based on when we were originally planning the character quests. I had told the quest designers to, you know, just come up with anything you want and we'll see what we can do about it. Like, we'll see what we can get with assets. Because at the time, when I started recruiting people to work on the settlers that ended up in SS2, it was right after SS2 released. And so I was kind of riding high and, like, everyone was excited in the community about some settlements won. So I was thinking we could get anybody, but, and, like, now we do have a weapon designer on the team in Nihir, but he's doing a lot of other stuff right now, so. Speaking of Nihir, if you guys haven't checked it out already, go check out his guitar mod. It's insane. I'll talk about it in a second after I finish killing all these guys. Come on, feral ghouls.
We may have a problem here.
You got him. You got him, Dance. You can do it. Or you can just stand there.
You hear that?
Come here, guys. Get him, dog meat. Are we? I still hear people shooting. Alright, so anyway. Nihir's mod. He just released it a couple days ago. It's a guitar that you can play by hitting different buttons. He had posted a video of it just like as a test using like a dialogue system, and then I let him know about this thing that Whisper Stealth figured out, where if you have 3 alternate activations for an item, it shows the dialogue wheel without being in dialogue, so it's much more versatile. And we were able to come up with a script to allow you to basically play the guitar in almost not quite real time, because you got to wait like a half second for the note to play, but you can just like hit the different buttons or different combinations of buttons to actually play notes. It's freaking sweet.
Hey, we appreciate the assistance, civilian, but what's your business here?
But anyway, back to the point of Gremlin, which is what you originally asked and what got me down that side conversation about Nihir's stuff. We will eventually make sure there's some sort of reward. It might be that we force the high-tech building plan for Marshall to unlock, which has a giant laser weapon and is totally thanks, Dance. Is totally on brand for what Gremlin's been advertising. That might be something we do, or we may actually put an actual weapon in that you can get as a player. The problem with weapons you get as a player is there's so many amazing weapon mods out there that I feel like those are always temporary rewards. They're not super exciting. Whereas like doing unlocks for things like settlement plots and stuff ends up being much more useful long term because you can keep building them in multiple settlements.
I'm just trying to survive out here, like everyone else.
The way you charged in and engaged those ferals, I find that a bit difficult to believe. Are you from a local settlement?
Do all these questions really matter? After all, I help you fight those ferals.
You make a fair point. If I appear suspicious, it's because our mission here has been difficult. Since the moment we arrived in the Commonwealth, we've been constantly under fire. If you want to continue pitching in, we could use an extra gun on our side.
Tony 2013 FL. Sorry, I missed your donation earlier. I think I was deep in chattering about nothing. It says your game volume is very low. Your voice is very loud. Has that been fixed? I know I tinkered with it because I did see your message earlier before you posted the super chat, and I messed with it, but I don't know if it's good enough. So let me know if it's not good enough. And thank you again for the donation.
If you said something.
Okay, cool it, Dance. I know you're waiting for me.
That all depends. How much are you paying?
So you're a mercenary. Typical. Fine. You help us, and I'll see you're compensated for your services. I'm Paladin Dance, Brotherhood of Steel. Over there is Scribe Halen and Knight Reese. We're on recon duty, but I'm down a man and our supplies are running low. I've been trying to send a distress call to my superiors, but the signal's too weak to reach them.
Sir, if I may.
Proceed, Halen.
I've modified the radio tower on the roof of the police station, but I'm afraid it just isn't enough. What we need is something that will boost the signal.
Our target is ArcJet Systems, and it contains the technology we need. The deep-range transmitter. We infiltrate the facility, secure the transmitter, and bring it back here. So what do you say? You willing to lend the Brotherhood of Steel a hand?
No time to waste. Let's get moving.
Outstanding.
Okay.
Halen, take Reese inside and bind his wounds.
Yes, sir.
Reese, once you're on your feet, I want you to make certain the perimeter is secure.
I'm on it.
All right, civilian. It's time to prove your worth. Head into the police station and resupply yourself.
I'm resupplying myself right now. There's all these just caps laying around on these ghouls.
All right, big guy. Let's go.
Yeah.
So convenient of these ghouls to pick up bottle caps. Oh, hey, look at this. Oh, Night Keen died. I've never understood why their engine does this little funky thing where like each person has to go one at a time and then you gotta wait for the NPCs to go in before you can go in. It's very weird. Matthew Watkinson says Praz Washakan Pond settlement is right on the border of the Glowing Sea.
Your prognosis looks
There you go.
Might be more humane.
Let's see, can we take these? Yes.
Back and shoot you.
You're all hard, Doc.
Give me all the loot.
Squirming so I can get these bandages on.
I'm having flashbacks of Industrial Revolution because I'm pretty sure we had something important hidden in here. Like we had a either a beer recipe or some item that was part of the long chain to unlock the solar array. Can't remember. Something's scratching at the back of my head saying there's something in here important to grab for a quest, but I'm pretty sure that was an Industrial Revolution. Give me the loot. Guess I don't. Oh. Yep, give me the drugs. The drugs are worth a lot of money. Alright, let's go talk to... Wait, more stuff we can steal. And stim pack. Sure, we'll take that and sell it.
Excuse me, Paladin Dance?
You ready to move out?
Well, let's go.
Ready.
Outstanding. Follow me, and try not to lag behind.
Oh, we got the helmet animation. It's like a 30% chance you get that or something like that.
I don't know what the hell's going on. If reinforcements are coming, they sure are taking us.
Quester WI, sell some Jet, you junkie. Never.
They're coming. Then they're coming.
I love me some Jet.
I don't know.
Jet is the only reason I even made it this far in the game. Orb, I don't have the unofficial Fallout 4 patch because I refuse to use anything related to Arthmore. Ooh. Okay, well, yeah, then I would say there's probably another mod replacing a workshop script, which is a real bummer. You can go check on our wiki. We try and document any mod we find that has that kind of issue. So there's a, if you go to wiki.simsettlements2.com, there should be a compatibility section. I can't remember what it's called. Somebody else might be able to link you directly to it. But if you happen to have one of those mods, that could save you some time. Otherwise, it's hopefully somebody has a tool for you or a process for quickly finding which one has the workshop script. But that sounds exactly like a replaced workshop script issue, what you described.
If it was up to me, I'd relocate my team. But Scribe Halen detected some disturbing energy readings in the area that need to be investigated. We don't know much about them, except that they're short-lived and broadcast on a frequency only attainable with a high level of technology. We're concerned that whoever or whatever is creating those energy readings might be a potential threat. So it's our job to investigate.
Okay, thanks, Paladin. Thanks for the info. Alright, I feel like I just need to shoot these guys. They just look like trouble. Look at that helmet the guy has. There's no way he's helping us. Yeah, this one might be a good guy, but not gonna risk it.
Sounding all clear.
No, it's definitely not all clear, dude. Where'd the last one go? I know there was at least one more running around. There we are. Sorry, merchant. Your stuff will not go to waste, though, I promise you.
It might surprise you to learn that my recon team isn't the first to visit the Commonwealth. Over the last 7 years, 2 other teams were sent here by the Brotherhood to gather technology. The first team's mission was a huge success. They came back with crates full of pre-war artifacts and historical documents. The second wasn't so fortunate. Shortly after they arrived, we lost contact with them, and they haven't been heard from since. As far as my team goes, we've lost 4 good men to this godforsaken wasteland. We've been a target from the moment we arrived. But despite our setbacks, I don't intend to give up and head home, or end up missing.
Alright, Jason Locrance, you have to kill Kellogg to get the Brotherhood up here. Okay, well I guess we're killing Kellogg then. Something I didn't anticipate doing this playthrough, but I will I'll just do the old fat man method. That's what I've been saving those mini nukes for.
I heard something.
Oh, we're under attack by the wildlife. They do look like Hellspawn. Okay, cool. A lot of you guys are confirming. Brotherhood arrives at the finish of killing Kellogg. Awesome. Oh no, my chat just jumped real far. I missed out a bunch of your guys' messages. Here we go.
There it is. ArcJet Systems. There shouldn't be any exterior security, so we'll head in through the front.
Alright, connect your sand voice could be a notch higher. I think I got the voice all maxed out, so all I can do is just up the master volume a little bit more. Unless you're talking about my voice.
Paladin Dance.
Listen up. We do this clean and quiet. No heroics and by the book. Understood?
Understood.
Outstanding. Remember, our primary target is the deep-range transmitter. Stay focused and check your fire. I don't want to be hit by stray bullets.
My voice is busting your eardrums. Okay. Well, I've got the game volume pretty topped out. Let me see what my settings are. Sometimes I have... Yeah, I definitely have... My voice is... I got it set to not peak. And I have the game volume a little bit quieter than me. That's kind of intentional. Let me turn down my volume just a smidge. I don't want to go too low. Drop it a decibel. So that way I'm only stopping at yellow now instead of going up to red. Okay, let's go kill some synths.
Like this that put the last nail in the coffin for mankind. They exploited technology for their own gains, pocketing the cash and ignoring the damage they've done.
Oh, chalk for our boy, our super mutant friend when we find him.
Rex. It appears as though the facility's automated security's already been dealt with.
It's been dealt with. I definitely heard a turret. You are incorrect. Where's that turret? Okay, what's our objective right now? Am I supposed to just hang tight with Dance? Oh my god, so many quests. There we go. Oh, I gotta speak to him. Oops.
Look at these wrecks. It appears as though the facility's automated security's already been dealt with.
Good. Less security to worry about.
Negative. There's nothing good about it. Look at the evidence. There isn't a single spent ammunition casing or drop of blood in sight. These robots were assaulted by Institute synths.
Synth? Isn't that the same as robot?
They're an abuse of technology created by the Institute. Abominations meant to improve upon humanity. It's unacceptable. They simply can't be allowed to exist.
It's been so long since I played through the vanilla quest. I'm actually enjoying listening to the dialogue again.
Let's move out.
Alright, Dance. I can't wait to blast you with a rocket. Hey, give me the loot.
This place is a mess, but I still see a few pieces of salvage that the Brotherhood might be interested in. After we're done here, I'll have to mark this place for sweep and retrieve.
Also, you know about the Mark 1 beacons.
Looks like a dead end. See if you can find a way to
I actually think I have one in my inventory. I can actually use it today. If I think to do so at the end. Find a way to open the door. I think that's here. Oh yeah, they don't make that difficult.
No way I'm cracking this.
Oh, I guess they do a little bit. Let's see. Oh, is this... Do I get the password from that? ArcJet. Oh, I forgot what it was called already. Really appreciate the addition of the new flag or whatever they have on the Fallout 76 inventory. That is sorely needed in here. Crud. What was that called? I was scanning through chat to see if one of you guys happen to take note. Discarded ArcJet work logs, is it?
Why the heck are they making us record this? Oh crap, it's on, isn't it? This is Technician Rand, ArcJet Propulsion Division. I'm here with Technician Janowski, work log A1190. Janowski and I have been working on the Mars Shot project for about 3 months now, and I think we have the thrust calculations worked out.
Man, I wish I was headed up there with those guys. Be nice to get the hell away from our
There it is.
Hey, easy. If we don't record these logs properly, we're going to get fired. The supervisor is already itching to get rid of us, especially since it's taking us longer than we promised.
So what? We've been drafted anyway. We're shipping out in a few weeks, remember?
Let's get moving.
Soon we'll be doing push-ups, eating freeze-dried rations, and just
That's for you guys.
Of course I remember. but I'm trying not to imagine getting my head blown off when I'm on the front line, and keeping my mind on work is helping me deal with the problem. Maybe that doesn't make sense to you,
I heard
but
another
it's
synth.
important to me, okay?
Oh,
All right.
Dance has got you.
Sorry. Look, why don't you talk to me? We'll start a new one.
I regret any suffering you may incur.
Come on, Dance, you got this. You don't need me. I'm gonna loot. You just take care of those guys.
I cannot allow these attacks to continue.
See, I told you got it, Dance. You don't need me. You're a big boy.
Sweet.
All the loot. Alright, where did you go, Dance? Okay, do I gotta talk to you again? This feels like one of those.
Paladin. Keep the noise down. This place is crawling with hostiles.
Shoot quieter. What's the objective now? Provide fire support. I already did. Everybody's dead. Ah, there he goes. Oop, oop. I just saw him. Fusion cell.
Remain vigilant. We've got turrets ahead.
Perfect. Energy weapons +5 crit damage. I don't think I'm. Can you crit in this game without VATS? Is that? I feel like I used to have a mod to let me do that, and otherwise crits are basically useless unless you're a VATS build. Maybe I'm wrong.
That's how we do it in the Brotherhood. Kill them all.
See, you're the one in power armor. You should be taking care of this. Any more good loot?
Intruder alert.
Yeah, I know you're on it. You got it covered. Follow Paladin Dance. Okay. Any goodies? No. Okay. Lead the way, buddy. Oh. I don't know why I keep grabbing 10mm pistols. Not enough bang for your buck in those.
Engine cores ahead. Should be our final stop.
So what's the most mods you ever ran? I think I got up to 250 or 200 something on my last Let's Play. That's probably the most I've ever run. I usually don't go too crazy with them. I mean, now that like Wabajack is a big thing out there, I mean, next time I play a full modded playthrough, I'm probably going to just grab the biggest list I can find. Although, from what I understand, is that there haven't been a ton of great like giant lists put together yet for the Nexus Collections or WABA yet. There's still a lot of like half-formed ideas. So, but I think that's for Skyrim. That's not the case. So next time I do a modded Skyrim, I'll probably grab one of those. Like I think there's one dedicated to Legacy of the Dragonborn, which is one of those mods I've been wanting to play forever. And that will probably push the limit of how many mods I've played with. But for now, I think around 250.
We'll have to keep heading down for now and find a way to get the facility's power back online.
Yeah, crits are VATS only. Oh, with overdrive?
Power backup system somewhere.
I think. Okay, interesting.
Scout the maintenance area off of the main chamber. I'll remain here to watch our backs.
Yeah, you'll hang out under the rocket. Good plan. Power is out. Okay, here's the junk jet. Yeah, we'll take it. Just because it's flavor. Oh, alright, dog meat. You're gonna carry a junk jet. Come here.
Hey.
It's fine. I'm sure he took shop class. Oh, look, he's reading the science mags. How cute.
There you go, buddy. You hold that for me. Come on, give me back my tries. Let's see, have we tried anything in this? Yeah, we already tried an E, that's no good. Higher, maybe? Likeness 1. Come on, reset my tries. Alright, what do we got? Higher has 1. I guess it could be maze. I don't remember what other ones I tried. Did I try face already? Because if so, that's definitely not it. Higher has 1. Could be lift. No, lockout. Alright. Fine. Whew. Alright, are we ready yet? Yeah, that lockout's so pathetic. I don't know why they even bother. Alright, info, likeness 1. Okay, so it's not team. Could it be foes? No. Hey, got my 1 try back. Bummer. Got removed. Let's see, info can't be blah. Can't be deep, can't be feet. Could it be loud? No. Could be ammo. There it is. Start auxiliary. Alright.
Engine core power restored.
Yeah, of course we blast the rocket.
Engine fueled. Prime command accepted. Commencing 5-second countdown.
Why is that optional? Who doesn't? Is there a benefit to not doing that? Has like something cool happen if you don't do that?
4, 3, 2.
Close that door. We don't need that coming in here.
1. It would appear my target has disappeared. Engine firing.
Come on, Dance. You got power armor. You're gonna be fine.
Test firing completed with an efficiency rating of 96.7%.
Oh my god, are you alright? Choked by those flames. But thanks to my power armor, I'm still in one piece. The important thing is that we're still alive. We have a way to get to the transmitter. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't. Why does it say it's optional? Yeah, that's what I thought. That he just fights forever. Give me all the fusion cells. I do kind of want to take all those rocket effects and put those on a plot and make that like a power plot. Just have it just blasting a fire burst like that for no other reason than rule of cool.
Going down. Going down.
Was I not supposed to do that? Proceed to the control room. Yeah, that was right.
We may have a problem. Over there! Get him!
Hello? Movement detected.
They're in
Curious.
the control room.
Hey guys.
Must be terminated.
Oh, I missed.
Systems offline. You're damaging valuable computer property.
I hope that's the last of them. Damn it. I don't see the device.
Alright, I guess I finally need some rat-away. Let's see. Oop. Aid. Rat-away. Stand there.
Fan out and check the synth remains. They may have been after the transmitter as well.
Oh, there he is.
Let's get out of here. We'll take the service elevator to the surface.
Okay. Alright, let's see. I think we cleared the place, so now let's do our... Let's try and remember to do our Mark 1 beacon here. Let's see, inventory. We haven't done one of these in ages. I wonder if... I'm very curious if my network is in good shape or not. Let's try. Scanning for comm stations in range. Or we're going to drop the loot. I guess we'll send it to Sanctuary. Alright. I get so many reports about this working intermittently that I'm always worried it's broken, but it seems to be working good, so that's awesome. Triforce Jedi, thank you for the donation. Throwing out some love for the whole team, and hail to the king. Thanks for the awesome mods and teaching us noobs your scripting magic. Oh yeah. Thank you for the donation, that's awesome. My voice is louder, but it's okay.
The bunker looks clear. Let's move out.
Dance?
Well, that could have gone smoother, but...
You could have not blasted me with the rocket.
Smoother? I thought we did fine.
That sweep was sloppy. We were caught unprepared more than once, which is unacceptable. However, your extra gun gave us the edge we needed. I'm not certain I could have accomplished the mission alone.
I thought we worked well as a team.
Agreed. It's a refreshing change to work with a civilian who can follow orders properly. That being said, I believe we have two important matters to discuss. First and foremost, if you'll hand me the deep-range transmitter, I'd like to compensate you for your assistance during this operation. I think you'll find this weapon useful. It's my own personal modification of the standard Brotherhood laser rifle. May it serve you well in battle.
We'll see. Is it an upgrade to my... Oh, because it's... Yeah, this is all about VATS, which we're not using, so it's going to be just hot garbage. I guess thanks for the caps.
Thank you.
You're welcome, civilian. Now, as far as the second matter goes, I wanted to make you a proposal. We had a lot thrown at us back there. Our op could have ended in disaster, but you kept your cool and handled it like a soldier. There's no doubt in my mind that you've got what it takes. The way I see it, you've got a choice. You could spend the rest of your life wandering from place to place, trading an extra hand for a meager reward. Or, you could join the Brotherhood of Steel and make your mark on the world. So, what do you say?
What would be expected of me if I
can't remember how this goes.
You'd be under my command, and I'd expect you to follow orders. No more mercenary work. This is the real thing.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Advanced military weapons, as well as your own personal suit of power armor. Most importantly, you'd have the Brotherhood at your back, ready to spill its own blood to keep you alive. Offer still stands. Can we count on you?
I don't know.
It's a big decision, so I understand your hesitation. If you decide you want to become one of us, you know where we are. Good luck.
So what does he do? I don't think I've ever agreed from that stage. I think I always have said unsure or decline. But he says you get your own suit of power armor. Does he then say, well, I can't give you power armor right now. I don't have any handy or something? Like what's his excuse for that? Return to Cambridge Police Station. Okay, well we don't need to do that right now. What we need to I don't think so. Do we need to complete Semper Invicta in order to get the Brotherhood to appear, or is it just go kill Kellogg? I think it's just kill Kellogg. So let's go. Well, no matter what, we know we got to do that. So let's go move that forward. Actually, we'll go do Swan's Pond here. So let's, because the railroad I think is pretty easy to get moving. Just killing Kellogg. Awesome. Okay, cool. Well, let's go kill him. Well, like I said, we're going to do Railroad first because it's real fast, and I think it unlocks 2 characters. So I don't remember if I'm trying to. We have a couple. I think we have like at least 2 characters from every of the major faction that you can unlock. Actually, some from the Minutemen too. Yeah. So I think I think we have them set up so that you can get them all. Like, I don't think that there's any that are locked behind you having to destroy everybody, but I might be wrong on that. Because I know there's at least 1 character that is just full-on comes from the Institute, and I think even talks to you as if you're in charge, but I'm trying to remember. It's Dr. Messley Jones. Does anybody who played that quest recently to know if I'm correct or not? Or if I'm just talking out my butt? Oh, this is Swan's Pond, isn't it? Yeah. Don't need to fight Swan right now. Find Nick and Valentine, go to Fort Hagen. Okay. Ah, here it is. Continue following the Freedom Trail.
7 and A. Some sort of code?
The tour bot. Are you gonna take me down the Freedom Trail?
Welcome, Patriot, to Boston Common, the start of the Freedom Trail. Feast your ears and learn more about the historic Freedom Trail. And learn the history of Boston Common.
Tell me about the Freedom Trail.
Starting here at Boston Common, follow the red path as it winds its way through our great city's streets. Markers on the trail are placed at many famous historic sites. See Paul Revere's house, the Old North Church, the Old State House, Bunker Hill, and many more.
Thank you, Tourbot. Okay, so follow the red line. It's been so long since I've done this. I know you guys probably like, oh, just run right here. You can just run right to it. I don't actually remember where it is. Yes, I'll take some Nuka-Cola. Off we go. It's in the Old North Church, right? So I can actually just like go right to that if I have it marked. I don't actually remember where it is. Alright, we're gonna follow the line because it's fun. Oh, I like the blood continuing the trail. That's awesome.
4 L. That's definitely a code.
Oh, it had me going on a nice little circle. Okay. Guess is there a ghoul in here? Yep. I didn't even know the ghouls could climb in these buses. Yep. Hey, bud.
2 and A.
Got him. Oh, and some loot. Hey, buddy. We will find the Old North Church. Just gotta figure out where this path is. Whoa, whoa. Oh. Hello, Mr. Mutant. Wait, where did the trail go? I just lost it. Oh, here it is.
Now a 6 and an O.
Man, it's been so long since I've done this. I think usually, like, when we're testing this stuff, we just use, well, at least I do. I use SKK's mods to skip ahead. Whoa. That was a terrible shot. What were I shooting at? Get him. Okay, where did the trail go? Lost it again. There. Alright, let's just assume it goes down this alley. And up over here. Yep, there it is.
3I.
What's this? Old Corner Bookstore. I think we have a quest in there later. Oh, God. You're good, dog meat. Wow, that raider was tough. There we go. Gotcha. Whoa! Dog meat, I'm coming. Is that everybody? No. Gotcha, buddy. Well, it says Stimpack removed. Oh, there it goes. So what's going on? All right. All the loot. Now, I can't. Isn't there a? Do I get a map marker for? Yeah. Okay, cool. I'll say I want to. I know we have a quest. There's a quest there later. I think that's. Can't remember whose quest it is, but 99% certain we got a quest there later. This feels like. It feels like there's gonna be super mutants around here. Oh, missed. Got him. Right in the butt. Fantastic.
I can smell you out there, little sneak. Someone there?
Wow, I'm surprised the collision let me do that. Oh god. Oh god. Got him. Alright, where are we headed? Here we go.
5R.
Following the Freedom Trail. Didn't expect to be doing this tonight.
Be hungry. No one cares.
Aww. I was certain I popped his nuke.
What you gonna do about it? Ah, I not fight you.
Wait, where'd he go? Oh, there he is. That was kind of funny how that bugged out. Like they kept going with their conversation after I killed their buddy with the. Oh god. Where'd the dude with the, where'd the suicider go? There it is. Alright, let's see here. Oh, there's our trail. I don't know why we need coolant caps, but okay. Oh, nice floating cap stash. Here we go. We gotta be getting close. I feel like I'm walking forever.
8D next.
Oh god. Whoa! There we go.
1R.
Oh wow. I never noticed those. That's kind of cool.
The trail ends right at the church.
In we go. Oh, coolant caps are aluminum. Awesome. Thank you, Rebo. I see you nuked a bunch of messages while I was busy following the trail. Alright, and then we gotta find a little spot over here somewhere to... Oh. Alright, what guard? Unlimited ammo radium rifle. That actually might be decent as a mid-range weapon. Although I'm not really having any problem with ammo for my with my mid-range right now. This thing, I'm always rich on fusion cells. Knock on wood. Down here, I think, right? I don't know why I just grabbed that screwdriver, but I'll take it. Itchy loot finger. Alright. Anybody else down here? It's like walking through a Skyrim crypt. Wait till you hear the sound of people standing up from their little beds.
So, that's not right.
I actually don't remember how to do this. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, spin that thing. Okay. There we go. Okay, let's see. Spin.
It spins.
Ah! I hit it too rapidly. Round and round we go. That's an R.
So it starts with R?
Ah! Oh yeah, I can do it. I can spin the other way. Thank God. And then back over here. There we go.
There we go.
I see you guys.
Stop right there. You went through a lot of effort to arrange this meeting. But before we go any further, answer my questions. Who the hell are you?
Why don't you tell me who you are first?
In a world full of suspicion, treachery, and hunters, we're the synth's only friends. We're the Railroad. So answer my question.
I followed the Freedom Trail looking for the Railroad. I'm not your enemy.
If that's true, you have nothing to fear. It's clear you're not with the Institute. But who told you how to contact us?
Make something up. Yeah, we'll try that.
I helped Carl out of a jam. He knows a guy who knows a guy, and they hooked me up with a lead.
We'll look into that. I'm Desdemona, and I'm the leader of the Railroad. And you are? Deacon, where have you been?
You're having a party. What gives with my invitation?
I need intel. Who is this?
Wow. Newsflash, boss. This guy is kind of a big deal out there.
Do we know each other?
I didn't need to meet you to hear about you. You have made waves. Des, seriously, you haven't heard of him? He's the leader of the Minutemen. It seems like the whole Commonwealth is flying his flag.
So you're vouching for him?
Yes, trust me. He's someone we want on our side.
That changes things. So, stranger, why did you want to meet with us anyway?
My son, Sean, was kidnapped.
Sean!
I'm looking for help to find him.
Someone stole your boy? That's terrible. Do you know who did it? For your sake, I hope the Institute isn't involved.
I'm not 100% sure who kidnapped him yet.
I hope for your sake it's someone else. I'll have Deacon look into this. If anyone can find a lead on your boy, he can. If we're going to be dealing with you, I need to make sure we're on the same page. You know what a synth
I do
is,
now.
right?
Yeah, I know all about them.
Good. The Institute treats synths as property, as tools.
Go on.
So we seek to free the synths from their bondage. Give them a chance at a real life. I have a question. The only question that matters. Would you risk your life for your fellow man? Even if that man is a synth?
I think I gotta say yes in order to keep going, so we'll say sure.
Once, I pledged my life to protect my countrymen. I don't see this as any different.
Well said. We'll do what we can to look into your missing boy. What the Institute has done to your family and others is what drives us. Normally, you're exactly the type of person we try and recruit. But right now, we don't have the time to train up a new agent. There are, however, other valuable ways you can contribute. And in turn, we can help you. See Deacon for details. You're free to go.
Well, there we go. Alright, and I don't remember how much further we gotta go to be considered joined to the Railroad, but... let's see, Beowulf, do you remember Fudge Muppet characters that they made miss that people are not doing it anymore when you have a roundup idea for RP? I don't know what that is. I feel like I've heard of Fudge Muppet on, like, sounds like a YouTuber, but I don't know. Alright, what do we need here? We don't really need anything. I guess I'll take the medic perk just because. It was good enough before. I think I wanted to get Mysterious Stranger, but I was too late. I already got the, I already passed the part in the quest where we would have got the best dialogue option out of that. Oh, I was going to get Scrapper, I think. That was why I upped my int. So I could have more aluminum for crafting. Although, it doesn't really matter that much because we are going to be able to craft with the labs in HQ, so I'm not worried about it. All my weapons are plenty serviceable now. Alright, let's talk to Deacon.
Hope you didn't mind the reception. When you tango with the Institute, you got
Tradecraft is ringing a bell as far as quests that I've seen in the unlock list of things.
Your leader was just being cautious.
Exactly. Kind of killed our chance at a friendly first impression, though. But it's all good now. I vouched for you. Nobody got shot.
I have to complete Tradecraft.
Still,
Okay, cool.
I would consider it a close personal favor if you didn't sell us out to the Institute. Thanks.
So tell me, why did you vouch for me?
In our little outfit, it's my job to know things. And with everything you've done, it's clear you're capable. A dangerous enemy. And I'm betting a valuable ally.
But why the trust? You can't be taking it all on faith.
I don't know if we can trust you, but I hope we can. We just survived a hell of a crisis, so we may just be a teeny-weeny bit desperate for new members. If everything was sunshine and bottle caps, we'd probably play a longer getting-to-know-you game, but we don't have that luxury.
Really? Is that all?
You just don't give up. All right, I have a short list of people I think would be a good fit for our family. You piqued my interest, so maybe I asked around. Did my homework. If you hadn't found us, there's a chance I would have found you instead. Thanks for saving me the trip. So Dez wants me to make you a tourist. That's what we call someone who helps out with the odd job here and there. What a waste. I'm just gonna come out and say this. The railroad needs you.
You got my attention.
I got a job. Too big for me, just perfect for the two of us. You help me out, we turn a few heads, and then Dez invites you into the fold. Then, if you get into a bind and need some help, your buddies in the railroad got your back.
I actually don't think I've ever beaten the game with the railroad. I'm trying to remember who I beat it with so far. I think I definitely did Institute multiple times. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever beat with railroad. There's some interesting, I actually should do that because I know there's some interesting stuff in the files I've seen about how the railroads plays out, so it would probably be pretty entertaining. I think I've done the Brotherhood too because I remember doing Liberty Prime.
Sign me up then.
Perfecto. Let's meet up at the old freeway outside of Lexington. I'll fill you in once you get there.
Okay, wait, do I still have a perk? Or is that just like stuck up there? Yeah, it's just the UI hasn't updated. Do I care about talking to any of you guys? I don't really want to talk to you guys right now. Alright, I've got my Tradecraft quest. And that is what's going to... You guys are saying as soon as I beat Tradecraft, that'll put me in. And that'll probably trigger the next bit. So I'm curious. I'm going to run back to the Ron. And see if we unlocked any more now that we've done... How do we get out of here? Can I go up over here? They don't mind me just running into their HQ? Oh no. This is just like... You don't get full access yet. There's no shortcut to exit out of here? That seems wrong. I guess I gotta wander back through. Okay, let's do... Turn on the blinding light. Wait, am I supposed to talk to Deacon and... Let's see, meet Deacon at the old highway. Okay, I read it correctly. Alright, let's get out of here. So I feel like there's... Yeah, I'm trying to remember when all of our characters unlock, and I feel like one of them might have been without the Brotherhood even appearing, just doing through dances stuff. But I'm having a hard time remembering. So, worth a quick check, and then I think we're going to shift gears to chat mode after I go check in with Ron here, see if we squeaked anything loose. Carvok, thank you for the donation. The Ron! Oh yeah! My Ron, oh yeah, sounds more like the Kool-Aid Man. Fudge Muppet is a channel that does amazing character builds. This is branched into Elder Scrolls lore. Ah, okay, yeah. I think I have watched some videos by them. But I think always on Elder Scrolls lore. I don't think I've ever seen any of their character build stuff. I've been playing Skyrim a little bit here and there. Not as much as I wish I had time. I don't have enough time to play games anymore, but been playing Skyrim like, you know, one night a week, and I've committed. I'm going to try and do a full a full Conjurer build without doing the bound bow. I want to for once play non-stealth archer. I don't know if I'm gonna succeed, but I'm trying, and I'm doing that because I want to not play stealth archer, but also I'm playing because I want to play through all of the content that got included with Legendary Edition, because I hear there's some pretty badass dungeons that they've released with it. Jason Lockrantz, $5. Oh yeah, thank you.
Look like you could use a drink. Dugout Inn's got some cold ones.
Okay, thank you for the information. All right, let's go talk to Ron again. Oh no, another spam bot. I really don't understand. It's got to be like they're banking on misclicks, right? Like that's got to be where they make their money. Because like usually that like the kind of spammy predatory stuff works best when it's on the elderly, and I don't foresee there being a lot of older folks watching YouTube that are watching YouTube chat are going to be the type of people that are making those mistakes.
Whoa there. Did it just get cooler in here?
Hey there.
Hey, good to see you again, cool cat. Here to buy or here to sell?
Any
right,
idea
let's try this
where I
again.
can find someone?
Looking for talent, are we? What kind of attributes you in the market for?
I'm looking for someone.
Oh, we got a new... See, this is a good sign. A new stat appeared. Let's try it.
Fast.
I know just the lead.
All right.
All the information you need.
Oh, this is
Come
going to
back
be...
again. Oh, yeah.
What's his name? Rob Lambert. He's... who I believe is voiced by Sir Rick. But we will save that for tomorrow, or for next Wednesday, rather. Let me... I thought we were going to get through a ton more today, but we got brickwalled by main quest locks. All right, let's do... Where are we going to head to today for our... Well, hang on. Oh, I know what we're going to do. We're going to go to some... Before we switch over, we're going to go build ourselves our Wasteland Theater. Maybe I shouldn't do it in Starlight, just because this place is so busy and it's kind of funky right now. Let's build it in Starlight Drive-In. That feels appropriate. This is our little entertainment hub. Let's go build the Wasteland Theater. Maybe we'll see some shows playing in the background while we're chatting. Does the Ron ever talk about the Atom Cats? He probably should, shouldn't he? Devin Boona, what is Sim Settlements 2? Sim Settlements 2 is a pretty massive mod that I am in the lead position of on the team. It adds a massive overhaul to the settlement system and just boatloads of quest content that people say is very, very well done. The voice acting squad that we've got is like really high caliber. We work with a lot of professionals in the industry, so it's considered a very, very good quest mod, and I've been playing it for the last 25 plus weeks to show people that it is possible to play through all the quests, and so with it, if you have a minimal load order, and so that I can find bugs and things like that. And now we're just kind of exploring all the side quest content that's included with it. Let's see here. So we want to build a Wasteland Theater. Let's do that. Nothing more can be built. Well, we can fix that. Manage, build limits, increase by 100%. Where are we at now? There we go, beautiful. All right, well, let's build ourselves a nice Wasteland Theater. Uh-oh, the 3x3 didn't unlock yet. Sometimes we gotta save and reload for that to trigger in, so let's do that. Let's do save LP day 25. We want Wasteland Theater. Come on. I might have to rebuild the cache too to force it to update, but we'll first just try loading because there's a lot of stuff that happens when you load a save in SS2. So little tip, if you guys feel like something's stuck, try saving your game and reloading it. It might unstick something. You just got to give SS2 a few minutes to do its startup thing. And while we're waiting for that to do its thing, let's check out what's going on here. Happiness is on the rise. Food looks good for this little population. Defense. Hey, one of a few settlements we have with decent defense. Hey, this place is actually doing pretty good, other than sanitation's not great. And we need some more recreation, which is what we're about to build, so that's pretty awesome. But everybody's gainfully employed. Alright, let's go check if it unlocked. We might have to exit out of workshop mode to trigger it to unlock. Oh, there it goes. Yep, so save and reload. Those sometimes will force plot types to unlock if they're stuck for you. I guess we'll put it right here in the middle, right in front of the screen. It seems like a good enough spot. There we go. We'll go ahead and rig this guy into the grid, because why not? What is happening over here? I hear some sort of skeleton going crazy. Oh, there he is. Alright, where's my insert key? Extra object selection enabled. Come here, skeleton. I had you for a second. Got him. There we go. Alright, now let's fix the weather, because this is just... Oh, I see another overlapping icon. Curse you. Viking baggings. SS2 is huge and well done, but to have it for making city plan for yourself, then it's a hassle. I don't know what you mean by that, but please tell me, and I will try and tell you how to make it less of a hassle. Because we definitely wanted to. Whoa! Almost knocked my coffee over. One of the goals, like from the get-go, when we released SS2, like one of the reasons we have all the cheats and stuff is to make sure that people who just want to play it without the quests can do so. Let's see here. So we're gonna go. Okay, now we can save over that Wasteland Theater save while we wait for that to build. Alright, so as we're winding down playtime and we're shifting over to chat, those of you guys who are new to this, make sure you tag me with @KingGaff. I tend to, when I start answering questions, I go on long tangents and get lost in thought, and then I'll lose my place in chat. So then in order to catch back up to you guys, I will just look for things with my name in them. So please spam me with questions, but please include @KingGaff so I can catch them. If you want me to show you something in the mod, I can do that right now. I can just answer questions. I mean, I'll even talk about some of the stuff that's coming up in patches and chapter 3 to some extent. I probably won't spoil story stuff, but I'll let you know some other cool stuff. So yeah, pile up on the questions. All right, let's do our LP day 25 end of session. We are going to pass time 24 hours to try and trigger the Wasteland Theater, because that's just what I want to do. Uh-oh, we got more spam. Hide user. Oscar Fry. King Gaff will send all this to... No, I'm not even going to read that out loud. I will not be doing that. We do have plans for getting... Uh-oh, I think I just crashed the game. We do have plans for getting Chapter 3 to fit on Xbox. Hey, there goes it. Recovered. Oh, what is this? Mama Murphy returned from ArcJet Systems with circuitry, silver, and fiber optics. Salvage dropped off sanctuary rails. Fantastic. Oh, and Gremlin finished. That was a good wait. So as far as Xbox with Chapter 3, so in the 2.20 patch, which is coming out soon, TM, there will be a reduction in file size for Xbox users because we are starting to migrate files from Xbox or from the main archive into SS2 Extended, which is included for PC players but not available on Xbox. So we're taking extraneous things that you guys don't need to play the mod. So we're taking out like a lot of the custom outfits and like some of the background sound stuff, and just trying to pare down as much as possible so that you can at least play the story all the way through on Xbox, and have access to like the basic plots and basic city plans. And then if you want, but ultimately, if you want the full SS2 experience, it has to be PC only, both because of the limitations with Xbox's file size of how many mods you can have. I mean, we're going to use up probably like 1.9 gigabytes to get all 3 chapters on. So not all, I assume Xbox players who want that will just do a playthrough with just that and then uninstall. And then eventually we will release a framework only edition, which will be, let's see, what do we want to go? Which will be a version without all the story stuff, which will dramatically reduce the size, and that will be what people on Xbox will probably play long term. But even with that, this mod is so intense on system resources that on Xbox, like you have to be real careful with it. You have to like keep yourself to like 12, 15 settlers, and like don't let city plans go beyond level 1. You have to be real careful. Like on the new Xbox, the Series X, you can kind of go ham with some settlements, but you're still, or with some settlements too, but you still have the issue of you don't have a lot of space for your modding. So, but we do want it to fit. We want the full story to fit on Xbox, and so we're gonna make that happen. Set game hour to 11. Force weather to B52A. Set time scale to 0.1. And then we move ourselves far away from all the noisy NPCs. Let's go. Actually, let me TGM because I'm about to go trigger some landmines here. And hopefully nobody's following behind me to get themselves killed.
Just so hungry all the time.
Oh, cool. Doesn't trigger them, I guess, when you're in God mode. I thought it did. All right, let's go to TFC. And then hopefully, I'm going to get us a view of the Wasteland Theater here. Hopefully we can catch some shows going on. I don't remember if I have them set to just trigger immediately or if it has to be when you enter the settlement. I can't remember how I have it set up. Okay, we're ready. So let's go back up to chat here and see what I missed. I think I'm pretty well caught up. I've been trying to, because we've been doing all this vanilla questing today. Yagi, I finally remembered my Discord password and I've got next week off work. If you didn't already have a guest lined up, yeah, we can chat next week. That'd be awesome. For next Wednesday, should be cool. Villain Love, big HQ update when? So right now, the HQ update is probably going to go to public beta in the next couple of weeks because the feature list like got out of control. I had like some very basic goals of like, all right, I want to make sure that the departments work. I want to get the exterior construction working. And that was going to be it. It was going to be just like an overhaul in the sense of like making sure that everything in HQ had a purpose, so that because there's like security and admin have no purpose currently, so I wanted to fix that for sure. And it was always the intention to have the exterior of HQ buildable. In fact, one of our designers, No Fuss No Muss, busted her butt to get it done in time for the Chapter 2 release, and then we didn't have time to get all of the interface icons done. You know how when you go to like view the layout of HQ or select the rooms, there's those 3D models. We didn't have those done, so we had to delay it. And then when I started working on that stuff, I realized I just wanted to like just give HQ like a major pass and start cramming in all of the dream features, so that way when I started, announce the big 2.0 patch, maybe we make a trailer for it, that it'll be like exciting for people to come back and they won't be disappointed. So now that I'm kind of on that trajectory, now I'm not pushing to just force it out by June. Instead, I'm going to get it out into public beta, get a lot of the kinks worked out, and try and like make this a smooth release. Because this is basically, the HQ 2.0 is going to be like our big giant patch. I don't know if you guys have noticed this. I happen to release like a big overhaul type patch every summer. And I don't know if that's just what it works out time-wise, like what I have time to do during development of the story content and whatnot. But this is going to be like our our last huge update before the 3.0 patch, and then there'll be little updates in between there. We have a couple potential big patches between now and 3.0 because there are a few people working on the team working on some stuff that isn't tied to 3.0, but it's like on our wish list of stuff we wanted to finish before we say we're done with SS2, and so those guys are working on that stuff, and if they get it done before 3.0, we'll make a big patch out of those things. But right now, the only thing I can guarantee we'll have out that it's a major patch is the HQ 2.0. So I'm not rushing it because I feel like HQ has got itself a terrible reputation because we only did we shipped it out as an MVP. It was shipped out as the minimum required, and even some would say not even that, in order to get the main quest up to the point where we wanted it for the end of chapter 2. And now I want to get HQ feeling like it's worthy of people's time. So there's a lot involved with that. And so I'm not rushing it, but I would anticipate a public beta in the next couple of weeks. So those of you who are brave souls, or who don't mind running through the cheat holotape and taking a fresh save and running it up there just to try it out, which I do have that fixed in the current build. I know I've watched somebody posted on YouTube a video recently about they tried to do the quest skip for HQ and it wasn't working, and I fixed that. But that'll be part of the beta patch as well. So big HQ update. It grew out of control, and it's going to come when it's ready. Viking Bangs, yes, I want to play without the quests, as one tape to find just as fast and easy as SS1. So the tape is actually available without the quests. You can go find it right inside. If you want to go find it, it's even quicker to get than an SS1, or you can just use the stuff to cheat it in. So if you run to the hardware store in SS2, it's right inside the window. Like you don't even have to get close enough to Preston. I intentionally put it somewhere where people who hate Preston don't have to get close enough to trigger his quest. You can also do if you have MCM, you can go to mod config and go to Sim Settlements 2, and right on the first screen here, there's give holotape, so you can just pop it in your inventory. And then someone has released a mod that prevents Jake from showing up if you don't want him to even show up and start your quest line. So everything can be disabled. I think there's some stuff I want to add in the future. Like I think right now, even if you aren't going through the main quest, I'm fairly certain eventually the CPD and Nightingales will show up, and I want to add stuff to disable those. Basically make it so that for those of you who just have no interest in more quest content from us, we'll be able to play without that. And then obviously when we do the framework edition, I assume that if I get the framework version working for Xbox, it won't be a big deal to have it on PC as well for people who want that. But I don't know for certain yet, because the Xbox version has been slowly diverging from PC, which I never wanted to do. I like to keep them feature complete between the two, but unfortunately with Xbox's limitations, I eventually got to a point where I had no choice. So if Xbox and PC are close enough, at least, especially in code base, then I could release a framework version on PC, but we'll cross the bridge when we get to there. Right now, the focus is, let's get the 3.0 story, let's get the Jake story wrapped so that we don't have another partially completed story out there. The Conqueror story thing is like a thorn in my... I hate having stuff with my name out in the world that is incomplete. It feels dirty. So I want to get that finished, and then we'll start thinking long term about, how do we make sure that the mod is usable for people who don't have a lot of space or who are just tired of the story content. How do we make sure that the mod continues to be supported long after I've retired from Fallout 4 modding, things like that. All those long-term things, I'll start sorting those out after we get the stories done. Let's see. Nicholas Oliveira. Hi from Brazil. Hello. War Statue 33, Born Again. From the last scene in Chapter 2, it mentions a convoy would include vehicles, enemies, not just vertibirds. Yeah, spoiler alert, because we haven't gotten that into this playthrough yet. But there's some stuff we've been working on. I don't know how much of it's going to be like stuff you're going to play with or battle against that's like fully animated and everything, because the engine, when you start doing vehicles in this game that aren't vertibirds, it's super janky. And you guys, I'm sure some of you guys have seen or played with the drivable things in Fallout 4. There's mods that do drivable vehicles, drivable mechs. They're all super jank. And so anything we do in that regard, we don't want that kind of stuff in. We've got enough jank. We don't need to add more. So we're going to probably avoid anything like that. It'll be probably faked. Anything we do, you're not going to have like there's nobody's done like a cool physics thing for Fallout 4. We don't have, like, for Fallout New Vegas, there's some crazy vehicle mods where the vehicle driving looks like as good as a lot of modern titles. No one's done that for Fallout 4, and even if they did, it's not something that would be available at Xbox players, so we wouldn't put it in our story. But we do have some stuff in the story that involves things that are not vertibirds that are vehicles, but I don't know. But anything we do will be kind of faked because we don't want the jankiness of like drivable vehicles that, as they are in Fallout 4. Wasteland Strongbeard, King Gathler, others. Why are we limited to 15 settlers? Is that a hard limit? No, it's not a hard limit. It's just like, that's a suggestion for Xbox players. In fact, for a lot of Xbox players, they find, so if you're on like the old school, like if you're on the first release of Xbox One still, first, congratulations that you got your console to last that long. But second, that it's not a powerful enough system to handle much more than that. Like, even though the game will let you get, I think if you pop mentats and wear a bunch of int gear, or charisma gear rather, I think you can get your charisma up so that you can get 25 or 26 settlers in the vanilla game. Obviously with mods you can get it up to infinite, but the Xbox does not. It starts chugging once you get to that many people in one area, so I don't recommend it. But then when you figure with SS1 or SS2, for every NPC you need 2 plots. For SS2 you could have technically 3 plots per person. And so doing that much stuff built in one area, you're just asking for trouble. The other issue, the real issue I find with Xbox, and for PC players this has kind of become the same thing, is that the real limiting factor now, because we've figured out so many of the issues over the years working on SS and everything. The real issue has turned out to be the power grid is the remaining nasty issue. Like, it's such a bad issue that I've been contemplating putting out another bounty to try and get the couple of people out there who know how to do F4SC plugins to fix it, because it's totally fixable. We have all the information already. Reg2K dug into the engine code, figured out what the problem is. I've submitted it to Bethesda, but like, I'm almost willing to just pay somebody to fix this, because it is one of the things holding back Fallout 4's settlement system. And that's always going to be a problem for Xbox players. So like, the more stuff you build on Xbox in your settlements, the sooner you're going to run into the power grid corruption. It's like an inevitable corruption to a settlement. The way the power grid works in this game is everything that's in the power grid. So like this lamp right in front of me. See, it's got a what do you call it? A wire to it, so it gets added to the power grid. And so now that item has an ID associated with it. So if I open up the console and I click this thing, and it's got this ID of FF01535C. Eventually, the game will reuse some of its IDs. And if it reuses an ID that is in a power grid, and it's a certain type of thing, so like, I think it's NPCs are one, there's a few different things where if it gets reused as a power grid item, and then that power grid refreshes, and power grids refresh every time you run a wire, every time you build more things with more power. SS2 will refresh the grid periodically with municipal power switches. Anytime that happens, if there's like an NPC that got accidentally reassigned an ID that was in some power grid, that game will crash. So it's inevitable. Even in a vanilla game, if you play long enough, it will happen. What ends up happening with Sim Settlements 1 and 2, since you're building so much more and the settlers are rotating so many items between city plans and plot refreshes and plot upgrades, it just makes it happen more quickly. That's why people will run into this more often with Sim Settlements than without. So we have a solution for PC players. If you've got F4SC and you're playing SS2, you've already got the fix. It's running automatically in the background. As soon as you walk into a settlement, Workshop Framework quickly scans for power grid corruptions and cleans them up or nukes it. So like, for example, if you find your power grid is just broken and none of your things are transmitting power, it means Workshop Framework secretly cleaned up a power grid corruption and now your grid is just garbage. And that's better than crashing, but it's not ideal. So, but these are all things that could be, somebody who knows F4SC scripting could fix this permanently for PC players. But Xbox players, you're never going to get away from that. So like, ultimately, the definitive Sim Settlements experience is always going to be on PC, if for nothing else for that reason. But obviously there's tons of other limitations with Xbox for, the 2 gig limit for mods, hardware limitations. It can only run so many scripts. Like, there's just so many things stacked up against Xbox, which is such a bummer, because it was so, like, I love the fact that Bethesda put modding right in the base game. I mean, like, we have bent our development backwards to make sure we can always support Xbox, because I think it's such an awesome thing to have that audience out there. Like, I wish if PlayStation allowed custom scripting, I would have found a way to make it work on there. But like, we could have figured out a way to do assets in a way that worked on PlayStation, but they didn't, because I love being able to have this stuff on console. It's awesome. Harrison Crown, is there a way to make caps materials off of your settlers and put them in your own inventory? Yeah, there are 2 ways. One is to build junk gathering plots. Here, let's get out. Since we're not getting a theater, we'll go ahead and jump back into, and hopefully I'm still in God mode because I'm about to jump. We're good. Okay. So one of them is to build a certain type of plot. So the on your industrial plots, there's a class, and this is the first class you start with unlocked. And let's come on our plot, bring it up. So we get a, oh, there it goes. So we get a funky plot. So there's a class called Junk Gathering, and this basically works as like a souped up version of the scavenger thing. So you know those little scavenging stations you can build in vanilla? This will produce, if you have that on, it will produce probably 10 times as much junk as that does. And that's stuff that'll go right to your workbench you can gather yourself. So that's how you get junk material. If you want caps, it takes a little longer. And I don't think I even have it unlocked yet. You will unlock a municipal building called Tax Collector, and that will take a % of the taxes off and give them to you. You also get caps from commercial plots because that's like a vanilla mechanic that I didn't change. So you'll get some from them automatically, but if you want a ton of caps, you build the tax collectors, or tax services, I think it's called. Let's see if I have that unlocked. I doubt it, because I think you unlock it when you have a certain, when you hit a critical mass of commercial plots at level 3, you unlock that eventually. So there's right away in SS2, as soon as you get to industrial, you can immediately start getting scrap. And then once you get into commercial, you can start getting caps. And then when you get to the municipal tax services, you can get a boatload of caps because it takes a percentage off of all of the taxes or all of the caps generated in the system. So you can see, like in my virtual caps up there, I have 20,000 caps right now because every commercial and residential plot generates caps. So if you're not playing with the maintenance system on or the operating costs on, it's a pretty significant amount of caps you can generate from that system. But I think the one most people want is the scrap, because that's what they're used to getting from the base game. Beowulf, can you include Sturgis as a character? Sorry, I had to get some water. As a character that report what you have most in your settlements, like how clean it is or what they need with his voice. You can talk to him like you did in the start. And include Sturgis as a character. I assume you mean like a character similar to Sturgis, because obviously we don't have access to his voice, and I don't think the XVA synth is good enough to use for that. And Sturgis definitely doesn't have enough lines to really do that. But as far as the characters to show you what you need, I don't anticipate that's something we ever do. Like, other than the characters already will tell you things like, oh, people need more food or more beds. But really, it's the meters. Like, that's why we put that custom HUD in there, is because we knew our systems were going to get way beyond what NPCs could tell you that would be entertaining. Fast mods, how much of HQ will be done after this update? That's hard to answer because we got a lot of stuff coming in Chapter 3, as you know. But like, I would say half of the disasters I have planned will be in the patch. The VR system that you've seen in our meetings is in there. What else is in there? The admin policies and training are in there. So I think it's going to be, we'll probably be at like 85% of the stuff that we have planned for post-launch will be in the 2.0, 2.20 update. There'll be a few more things I want to add later. Like, there's one of the systems we'll have is the ability to send science teams out on field study missions. And while I have that code working, and I have I know what it's reward's gonna be for doing it, the interface for it we don't have yet. It's something Ono's actually working on right now, and he's working on it for Chapter 3. But I told him, I was like, I actually could use that for an HQ system. So he's trying to get it done now, but it's really time consuming, and I don't know if it'll be ready in time. So we might just delay that part until later. But yeah, it'll be a pretty significant amount of the content. It should feel more, the HQ will feel more like a whole little self-contained game. Now, part of that, I caveat there, is much like plot gameplay and city plan gameplay, it's going to feel incomplete until add-on packs start adding to it, right? Like SS2, like if you just had the basic building plans that we have, it feels a little empty, right? You guys have probably noticed that all of my settlements look the same because I'm not running any add-on packs. that the add-on packs are going to be pretty clutch for HQ to really feel complete, because then you'll have options. Right now, almost every one of our rooms has 1, maybe 2 options, which is not how HQ is meant to be. It's meant to have, you know, probably it'll never have as many options as plots, because there are so many different sizes of the rooms that they're not as universal, so it's not going to be as attractive for people to build. But, you know, all we need is, you know, 1 or 2 add-on pack authors to really embrace the HQ system and go nuts with it and release some pretty significant packs, because they're so easy to build. I've already walked through a lot of add-on pack authors, how it works and how easy it is to build. Fast, you yourself know how easy it is to make rooms in it. So it'll be a substantial amount of content. I think that's all I can say there. Wasteland Strongbeard, King Ant and Other Modders, thanks for making F4 one of my favorite games. You're welcome. It's one of my favorite as well. That's why I've been obsessed with it since it released. So Hawaii, any plans for smaller updates before the patch, like the caravan plot stuff? No, unfortunately, once we get to the code to a certain point, separating it out in smaller patches is just a nightmare. So it's not going to be worth it. But like I said, the patch will go in public beta before it releases. So if you want to test it out and see, you'll be able to find out. We've got a couple people who have been testing, like Sasori has been a rock star the last month, just testing like every little update that I post on our beta server to try and make sure that some of the kinks are worked out. But the focus has been heavily on HQ. I don't know how well the latest, and there's another update to the caravan code that Pra posted I need to grab still. So we can get that tested. I should probably actually do that tomorrow. Fell in love. I started with a basic plan and then I got excited and feature creep happened, so update will be soon. Is big King Cath energy. Yeah, that pretty much is SS2 in a nutshell. As I started working on it, and then I just keep being like, oh, I could do this too, I could do this too, I could do this too. Viking Baggings, thanks for the info. I think I'll be waiting for the framework for PC, as the rest of the mod is way too big, IMO. Alright, well, you'll probably be waiting for a while, but, because I don't know when or if I'm going to do it on PC, but, yeah, good. Thanks for the feedback. Carvog, what we need more train hats. I don't know what that means. Are you talking about like the thing from Fallout 3 where the train was just a hat? A1 Racer, does the lady from the investment quest of Nightingales come back for Chapter 3? One that gives caps to them? Forget the name of her trading company. I cannot say. I am not involved. All I can say is that those characters are not involved in the main quest, and that is all I know about. I only know about what's happening in the main quests. Any of the side content and stuff I've kind of kept out of. Mostly because it's fun for me to have a little bit of content I can actually play, like, blind. I don't know exactly what all's coming in the side stuff. War Statue 33 Born Again. By vehicles, I'm thinking a turret dressed up as a Jeep with an M2 Browning. Yeah, I mean, something like that would be feasible, but it would be like a stationary one, right? The thing wouldn't be drivable. Or wouldn't even move forward. It would just be like, be parked there. So I don't know if we're doing anything like that. I know there's some of the big set piece stuff we haven't done yet. It's kind of like we're trying to finish up all of the quest dialogue, like getting all that written on paper and like getting the voice actors moving on it. And then as that gets done, we implement the quests, and then we figure out, you know, like where are moments where we can spice them up. So we're still not to that. We're not quite to that stage for some of the bigger quest moments we haven't gotten to yet, to where we would know that for certain. So that's the type of stuff we would love to have, though. But I don't know how much of it's happening. It should be that part that you're referring to, like with the, you know, what you get revealed to you at the end of chapter 2. Like we hope the payoff is there. That we're going to be we're putting in a lot of work to that part of chapter 3. Carmack, force the plot to level 3 for the Wasteland Theater and make sure someone is assigned to it. There's definitely someone assigned to it. But yeah, I don't remember what the trigger is for the thing, but that's all right. We'll come around and see it next time. It's like we're chatting away here. But I'm pretty sure the trigger is when I leave the settlement and come back. Like when I load the area, it'll dynamically find it and plug it. 142. Lately, every time I return to Sanctuary, the grid is borked. I came back, 20 plus turrets were gone, just the wires left. The turrets were gone? I've never heard of that. Of the items just straight up disappearing? That's very bizarre. If you mean the power was gone, that's more reasonable. I understand that. That's probably just getting a nuke. But Workshop Framework doesn't destroy anything when it does the power grid. All it does is it just erases the list of items that are part of a power grid, so that they can't be hit. They can't cause that corruption crash. Zinjio, any news on the Masters judging? Right now, the people who are in judging have. I either gave them till the end of this week or until the end of the month to finish judging. I don't recall which. But anyway, it'll be. But by the end of July, we should know who made the top 3. But we're taking it seriously. Like Yaga-san put together a. What do you call it? A Wabbajack list of all of the add-ons and support mods. Like, it's the same list that he gave to you guys who were working on City Plan Contest if you wanted it. We gave that to all the judges, and it includes all of your saves. Like, we made it a big deal so that each of the judges will go through every single save and look through it, and we have like a scoring system. It's way more involved than our typical judging. Like, usually the judging is kind of, as long as it didn't break any of the rules too egregiously, then it ends up being like, what's your gut instinct on a normal monthly contest. But now it's like we're doing the points on functionality and points on immersion and creativity. Like, we're actually pointing it out, averaging all those out. It's really a big process because there's money on the line, so we want to take it seriously for you guys. And you guys put a hell of a lot of effort in. Some of these settlements are nuts. Quester WI, when will the patch drop? Yeah, I don't know. Like public beta, probably in the next couple of weeks. And depending on the pace of things, of like, if I'm making good progress, and I think I can get my bucket list of items done in, by just adding an extra week, then I'll do that. I'm just not rushing this one because, I recognize that HQ released to kind of it was kind of a when it released, it didn't release well, and so I feel like the 2.0 patch is the time to give it its second wind, and I don't want to blow that opportunity. So I'm trying to make sure there's enough content for it to be exciting, and give it enough time to stew so we can find some of the worst bugs. Like there's a lot of stuff in HQ, like a lot of the patch isn't even just new content, it's just fixing stuff that was supposed to be working in the first place. Like, I've noticed that the room controls, sometimes when you click them, it like does nothing, and then it locks up a lot of the functionality, not only in HQ, but just in the UI system altogether. Like, it just gets locked up for hours in the save. So, like, that's obviously a big problem. So it's not only am I adding all the new features in there, I'm also doing a lot of deep dive into the code to fix things, because, again, I'm looking at this big patch as a opportunity for people to give HQ a second go. Wasteland Strongbird, I can do voices for King Gath. I have a good mic now, but I sound like Marcus from F2. That's not a bad thing. Keep an eye on our forums, and occasionally we post stuff on I can't remember the name of the site. I don't know if Kobus or Sir Locke is here, can tell me, or somebody who remembers the name of the site. I've mentioned it many times on the stream, and I'm drawing a blank. There's a great voice acting site we definitely post it on our forums whenever we have a new character that needs to be cast that we don't already have someone in mind for. Because at this point, we've been doing this for so long, we have like a big crew of voice actors that we tap a lot for characters. And then, but occasionally we can't find the right person. We'll post out a public release for it. Carvox, speaking of Sasori, not only did they do all the testing, they also got a master's entry built. I know, Sasori is awesome. Let's see. Warrior Statue 33 Born Again. Jake's story really gets to me because I've heard similar events from family and friends all my life, so I hope the ending is satisfying as it's been so far. I think you guys will be pretty sad. I'm very happy with the ending, because I've got I don't know the specific words that are spoken, but I think we all know Sir Rick does a pretty damn good job with dialogue. But I'm very happy with the way the story ends up playing out, because I know how chapter 3 goes. Mod Hunter 42, all the laser turrets that I built 20 were gone. The wires were still leading to where they used to be. I've turned off autofixing the grid and it has become stable. Yeah, I don't know what would make them just, like, the items disappear. That's very strange. But that is not a feature of Workshop Plus. Or I mean, of Workshop Framework. So I don't know where that's coming from. I'm CIA. Kingath, I know I'm 6 months late, but if you watch the Skyrim Creation Mod Con, it's an interesting watch. Skyrim Creation Mod Con is an interesting watch. No, what is that? Is that like a YouTube video? I'm not familiar with that. Yes, there it is. Velnov Casting Call Club. Yep, okay, you guys all got it. Casting Call Club is the site that we also sometimes post calls out for. So keep an eye on those. If you're not on the forums are usually the first place we post, and then Casting Call Club is you'll either be at the same time or secondary, but if you have access to our forums, then you'll definitely see the posts there for new things. But yeah, Casting Call, I think it's castingcall.club. Velno, there's an ending already. There's not an ending in the mod. There's an ending, like, in the... Like, we've already written it. Like, we have an outline. We know exactly where the story's going for Chapter 3. We know all that stuff. But yes, there's an ending in Chapter 3. We're not going to leave it hanging again. Because we don't know if... It's very unlikely we get a Chapter 4. And even if we do, there's enough, like... We've built up ourselves a nice base of lore and everything that there's plenty of stuff we could do after if we wanted. So, but we want to wrap up Jake's little story. We don't want another Conqueror situation where you've got this story that gets you like 80% of the way to something and then just leaves you hanging forever. Like that was terrible. Whoa. Whoa. All right, I think I finally caught up the chat. I'm really curious about this trigger, so I'm gonna teleport out and teleport back in. Let's go to Sunshine. Mod 142. It seems to be a feature of it. It's supposed to remove affected items, which it does by hiding them so they don't get reused. No, that's definitely not what Workshop Framework's code is doing. So unless you have something else that's doing it, but like the code that I wrote doesn't remove items. All it does is there's this data that a 4SE can access that is just like a list of the item IDs. It doesn't actually have anything to do with the items themselves. It's just like this background list. It just erases those lists. So they don't actually affect the items. It doesn't erase the items. It literally just is like, hey, this list that makes up the power grid that allows the power to transfer between these items it's just erasing those. I'm CA. The Creation ModCon was a couple of the big Skyrim mod projects held a couple interviews with their dev team talking about how they work. No, I haven't seen that. I'm not. Was that something like during the like Fallout for Hope thing that just happened recently? Oh, it looks like we're about to get a show because the stage pieces or the set pieces appeared, and this guy's reeling everybody in. Well, technically, Sirik, there are multiple endings, and one of them we know is very, very bad. If players decide to completely ignore everything we tell them. So those of you guys who like multiple endings and want to see people suffer, you will have that option. So Karvok, there you go. Whoops, everybody just snapped into place. They clearly couldn't path there. Wonder if the stage performers are going to do that too. Or they're going to figure it out. Mod Hunter, though it's all I can say is I'm 150% certain the Workshop Framework, the way it's cleaning the grid, would not delete your items. That's all I can say. I don't know how, because like without you knowing the technicals behind it, I don't know, and I don't know how to explain it better.
Oh yeah, You think he'll turn purple again?
You want to bet how far they get before he does?
5 caps on less than 10 lines. Ooh, here they go.
Good day to you all. I am Professor McKendrick, the director, producer, narrator, and lead actor of the show you are about to experience. At your indulgence, my players and I will bring to you excerpts from the world's greatest playwright, Mr. William Shakespeare. I fear that I must inform you that finding actors with the dedication, skills required of our art has not been a simple task. But fear not, for I have personally procured and programmed robots who will take on the various supporting roles in the scenes to be presented. For your entertainment and delectation, our next performance we will bring to life a scene from Romeo and Juliet, a play which history holds to be one of the greatest love stories ever told. Our titular star-crossed lovers have crossed paths briefly at a party, and the sparks have flown. Romeo has crept into the garden of Juliet's family, hoping to see the subject of his latest infatuation once again. I will, of course, be playing the part of Romeo, the hero of our tale. Mr. Marlowe will play the part of Juliet, and CV-37 will play her nurse. Let your imagination take you now to ancient Verona and the orchards of the Capulets' grand villa. Lights! He jests at scars that never felt a wound.
What happened to the balcony? How am I supposed to...
But soft! What light through yonder window breaks? What light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief, that thou, her maid, art far more fair than she.
I hear some noise within.
Be not her maid, since she is envious. Her vestal livery is but sick and green, and none but fools do wear it. Cast it off. It is my lady. Oh, it is my love. Oh, that she knew she were.
The things I have to work with. I could have been...
She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses. I will answer it. I am too bold. It is not to me she speaks. 2 of the fairest stars in all...
Man, they went crazy with this. This is the first time I've seen this one.
Treat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres till they return. What if her eyes were there, they in her head? The brightness of her cheek would shame those stars, as daylight doth a lamp.
Oops, my bad.
My eyes in heaven would through the airy region stream so bright that birds would sing and think it were not night. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek.
Me. In my defense.
She speaks! Oh, speak again, bright angel.
I hear.
Not yet. For thou art as glorious to this night, being o'er my head as is a winged messenger of heaven unto the white upturned wondering eyes of mortals that fall back to gaze on him when he bestrides the lazy pacing clouds and sails upon the bosom of the air.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father, and refuse thy...
Whoa, what was that loud whistling? I don't know if that was the soundscape or a bug in the audio file.
I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more? Or shall I speak this?
I hear some.
No, I think you'll find it's my line next. Oh, 'tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou
If you ain't been up to see Grey God, you should go. The whole place is run by robots.
Is it nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face? nor any other part belonging to a man. Oh, be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes without that title. Romeo, doth thy name, and for that name which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I never will be Romeo.
What man art thou, that thus be screamed, so stumbling?
So the idea with all these shows is not for necessarily the player to sit there and watch them all. It's just to have, like, as you're wandering around, you'll just like catch these shows going on, because so you can see this. Some of these are really long.
Well, you all got the idea, I hope.
Sir, we're not stopping now, are we? This is the most amount of lines you've given me for an age. Stupid man. This is all your fault.
Well, I do hope you all enjoyed the show so far. I'll just go make some adjustments to our cast. Anyone have a sledgehammer?
More! This Shakespeare bloke sure wrote some funny stuff, didn't he?
I really don't think it was supposed to go like that.
It's so funny, though.
Yeah, let's just hope the prof never learns how to control his bots properly.
There we go. A nice little show. I think they have little extra dialogue lines if you talk to him afterward.
Hey there.
I don't know. He doesn't have his greeting set up. I'll have to fix that. And then I think one of the characters after they do their show will actually have a little quest for you. It's not. It's kind of like you can purchase their services.
My back hurts. My feet hurt. Everything hurts.
Thanks, buddy.
Hi.
Hi, sorry, can't chat.
Okay, cool. I got her side dialogue working. Anyway, so they'll play shows periodically. So I don't know what the time delay is between another one. But that was got one of the longest ones. I think each of the characters you see, like those robots, I think they have 2 or 3 different variations of each of the shows, and sometimes there's like little bits of randomization in them too. So was designed to last for quite a while, so you get a lot of content, so it doesn't feel like you're seeing the same thing over and over again. I'm curious, have any of the Atom Pack authors put out their own version of the theater? Because that was one of those things where I got into over-engineering territory, where it was like, oh, we could make this system dynamic, so that, because like once, in order to make those little scenes play out on any plot, it had to be dynamic anyway, so it was like, oh, well, then we could just make it so that other Atom Pack authors could make their own stages. I'm curious if anybody else has done that. Let's see here. Going back through. So, do you think FO4 gets too much hate at times? The gameplay and exploration are solid, just lacks the dialogue option seen in New Vegas. Yeah, I think I don't understand all the hate for it. Like I'm pro voiced character. I think it adds a lot. I really dig that. I actually was bummed to see that they're rolling that back for Starfield, but somebody will release a mod eventually that adds in voice. Now, the first versions of said mod will probably be the robo-voiced, because somebody could do that in a couple of days of like rigging it all up and then having it spit out the files. But in the long term, if it's a popular enough game, somebody will do that, because I'm sure I'm not the only one. In fact, if you saw it when Bethesda tweeted out that there was going to be no voice, there was almost all of the first replies were like, oh, why are you going back to the way games used to be? So it's like people who are, I think there's a certain age gap, there's like an age barrier. People who are, before a certain age are like, want it old school, want the RP feel, and then the younger people tend to want the voice back, because that's what modern RPGs are. For me, it's just a matter of I find it more. It's more like watching a movie, which is more interesting, and I tend to only play these games. I mean, Fallout 4 being an exception that I got obsessed with, but I tend to only play these games, like every year, every 2 years, and then so like it's usually been long enough I forget, so I don't feel like I need to RP a new character every time. So I actually like the voices, but yeah, I think there's a lot of things that Fallout 4 does really, really well. Like the gunplay, I think, is fantastic. I think the settlement system's a lot of fun, especially when we make our little tweaks to it. I like the voiced player. Like I like the way the power armor works, other than that it's available everywhere. I think the main quest, like the being able to choose between the factions, is really awesome. Like I guess I get the critique that it's basically all the same thing and that it's all ends in the same way. You know, you just destroy all the other factions, and it's not anything more interesting than that. But you do it in a different way for each person. Like I know the you know, the way you defeat the other factions with the Railroad and Brotherhood and Institute is always different. So there's definitely so yeah, I don't understand why it gets so much hate, obviously, but I'm super biased because I play the shit out of this game and I've been modding it pretty much almost every single day for the past, what, 5 years. So, you know, the obvious answer is obvious for me. Actually, versus your cemetery plot has a theater marker at level 3. Wow. I'm glad to see other people are using it. Interesting choice to put it on the cemetery. Yeah, there's nothing that's stopping that. The theater marker can technically work in any plot. You could put it on a level 1 residential if you wanted. It should still work. Villanove, one of them did. It was in, oh, yep, same thing. Gavman, XP put away. Okay, everybody's on we'll put the Wasteland Theater on the 3x3 cemetery. Abduleo, I'm surprised that the voice player is something you're for as a modder, given the player not having a voice gives modders more freedom for quest writing. Yeah, and so I actually had asked Sarik what he felt about that, about the thing, because of that, because it does, the voice player does slow down our writing significantly, but his response was that the scenes feel more cinematic with the player speaking, which works well for when we're trying to do like cutscene style stuff. Which I can get behind that. So it does add a lot more work on our side, and it definitely slows down writing. It limits things and it kind of warps things, but sometimes having limitations actually is a good thing. It helps spur creativity. Like when you have a complete open palette, it can sometimes be overwhelming, and it can slow down development in its own right because you have unlimited freedom. So then you're just kind of thinking like the feature creep can become a problem, or you know, you can get paralyzed. Paralysis of choice is a real problem in life in general, but especially for creatives. So I think having some limitations is a good thing, and the player voice has been a great limitation for us. I think it forced us to write a story that fits in really well with the vanilla game. Like our story like is so tied into the way the vanilla feels, and a lot of people compliment that it feels like a natural extension, and that was out of necessity. Like if we didn't have the player voice, we might not have done that. We might have done something like our own totally isolated adventure. Weary Statue 33 Born Again. My favorite part of SS2 is the start when Jake asks about my Pip-Boy. I told him it's not his business. He asked anyways. I've been very mean to Jake since then. He's getting the bad end in chapter 3. No comment on that, but that's funny. I'm glad to hear somebody's doing the mean lines. Kobus, our voice director, asked me to do all the mean responses in this playthrough because he knows that very few people actually see them. So sounds like at least one person is seeing them. Yeah, Wasteland Stormbird. I grew up on all the old school RPGs, and I still find I like the voice player. I think part of it is what Surik said about being more cinematic. Another part of it is it lets me play. The game feels more relaxed. Like I don't have to read as much. Like I like the little single or just a couple of word prompts just to keep the ball rolling. Because I don't have as much patience for long drawn out games as I used to. Like a game has to be incredibly well written for me to really want to like read a bunch, and usually for it, so that it has to be able to draw me in to where I care enough to want to read all that. Otherwise my eyes kind of glaze over just due to lack of time for gaming anymore. So and I feel like the voice protagonists tend to draw me in more, so that way even if the writing isn't great, I still find myself at least enjoying a single playthrough of most RPGs that are voiced. Fastmod says, suspect Beth is doing away with male-female voicing to reduce bottleneck. Yeah, I mean, it definitely probably saves them a ton of cost, and yeah, like they have to set up a big contract with you know, these individual voice actors and then work around their schedules. So that's going to slow down DLC development. Whereas they could, with NPCs, they don't have to just keep using the same ones. They can create new NPCs and with smaller line counts. So yeah, I'm sure it helps with the development cost too, and it seems like enough of their audience. Well, it's not like I'm not gonna play Starfield because it doesn't have a voice. So I don't know that it was enough of it was a big sacrifice. And given that, you know, Skyrim doesn't have player voice and it's one of their most popular games of all time, I don't think they're gonna suffer much from that decision. I just feel like it's a step backwards. So it is what it is though. Like I said, somebody will mod it in. I mean, I joked last stream or the stream before that I would just I would just make it my like nightly activity to spend several hours recording player voice lines, and eventually I would have my own voice in the game. Yeah, that's a good point, Yogi. I think the people's bigger issue with the voice, like, there are definitely some people with a problem with the voice where they're just like, I want to imagine my own voice in my head reading it. But yeah, I think the people's bigger issue with Fallout 4's dialogue system is that 90% of the time, if not larger, it didn't really matter which option you chose. That, like, it wasn't actually a player choice. It was just like how your character responded, but it had minimal to zero impact on how quests would play out or even how dialogue trees would play out. The one thing this is like going back to somebody said, does Fallout 4 get too much flack for this? I think that this idea that there were only ever 4 choices and you'd ever have deeper dialogue trees, I think that's a lie. Like, I think the question option, like the Y option, generally would lead to a new dialogue tree with additional information, or the NPC would say their piece. So I think it was basically just like you would have a similar amount of dialogue available, and it was just masked. Instead of being presented to you in the form of like asking a series of questions, it was you just push Y several times, or push Y and then you get a new set and you ask all those questions. So it was just like presented in a different way, and then but people could shortcut and complain about the game and say like, oh, it only has four choices for every conversation, which I think that's nonsense. But you know, some people want to hate some things, so that was an easy way to shortcut and say that Fallout 4 sucked. Can we get a King Gath companion as a party giver for FO4? Now, the only thing that some people have made any progress in convincing me to do, and I haven't agreed to it yet, is DJ King Gath. But you know, we have too many other projects on the plate right now for me to put my voice in. You guys need me to be putting my extra hours toward programming, because this messy web of code that runs SS is, you know, we've now got quite a few people looking at the code, trying to figure out some of the deeper issues, and who have helped out fantastically. But I'm sure they would all agree that they would not want to keep doing this without me to decode some of the paths through it. It's really hard to have multiple people coding a project of this scale when one person started it all and went that deep with it. So that is where most of my time ends up, is coding things. Where is Statue 83? I like the voice pro tag, but his voice needs to be deeper and more bitter options. He lost his wife and son. Needs an option to just be an a-hole. Yeah, well, I mean, the choice of the story to like lose the wife and son, like, I think that falls flat. I think any story in these that has, and it looks like from what you can gather from the Starfield information they've dropped, they learned their lesson about, you know, don't give the player a story with that needs to have like immediate action to fit well. Like, the problem with the Fallout, that one of the biggest problems with the Fallout 4 story is it only works if you go and beeline straight through the main quest. But then they're dangling all these things saying, no, don't do the main quest, come help fix settlements and stuff. And then when you get back onto the rails for the main quest, then all that stuff just feels dumb. Like, it's like, wait, now I care about Sean? I've been, you know, playing the game in game for months, and, you know, God knows how many hours. in real time, and now all of a sudden I'm suddenly able to talk about Sean again, and it just falls flat. And it seems like the storyline for Starfield is going to be more about finding these artifacts at your own pace, and so like then and then probably it'll be something like as you find more of these pieces of the artifact and you bring them back to that group in the whatever the town, the Atlantis or whatever. I don't have all this stuff memorized yet, but you find those, and then that like turning those in or whatever will probably advance the main quest, and so like you can kind of do it at your own pace, and that's probably a much smarter design for a Bethesda style game. No, obligatory DJ King Gath when at current pace, never, but we'll see. There's probably enough hours of audio, all these live streams to clip out to make a King Gath companion. I don't know how good the quality is of my audio on this. Oh god, more bots, more bots. Kind of like if you were doing customizable voice protagonists, there need to be a few voice options. Yeah, I mean, that's like something we haven't had in games in a long time, right? Like, I feel like that's something we used to get in games, but they never had a ton of dialogue, so it made more sense for them to do it. But in a game like Fallout 4, like, just having the male and female versions was crazy. Just the amount of audio that was recorded. But it's a shame. I mean, I think that we will get to a point eventually where, you know, the stuff like the synthesized voice sounds kind of janky when it's generating voice, but I think, and I've had discussions with the creator of XP Synth about this, and he seems to agree, is that once we have a performance where you've got the enunciation and the natural pauses and the way people speak, then modulating that voice to sound like someone else's voice is totally doable with the computer. The problem the computer has is being able to, you know, add inflection and add the appropriate pausing, and you know, adding the, you know, like when you ask a question, you kind of rise your voice at the end, like, wait, how did that happen? You kind of raise your voice at the end, and like that stuff the computer doesn't do very well at. And so, but once you have that stuff all solved by a natural performance, then applying an AI thing to change that voice should be feasible and be believable. So that's, to me, is where, like, we could actually see that in the future, a voice protagonist, where you get to choose from a few voices, and they'll be like AI-assisted modulation. So not like the, you know, turn you into a chipmunk or into somebody who's super baritone, but actually have like a different sounding voice. It would just be the exact same performance, if that makes sense. Like that I could see being in our future of gaming for sure. Wasteland 33 born again. Almost forgot I'm using a mod that replaces caps with pre-more money as currency, and my settlement gives me trash for taxes. Festmod, Starfield character creation seems more like Dragon Age start. All pathways, each unique pros and cons. My guess is that the Starfield, what they're going to do with their, where you select the background, is going to be more like how Cyberpunk worked, where you get a few like cool moments to acknowledge your character background, and that's it. That's probably what they're going to do, and that's fine. Like, it's hard to do much more than that, especially if you want to offer a lot of background options. You know, committing to much more than that, like, what are they going to do? Have like an complete alternate storyline based on each of those backgrounds? Like, that's just too much. So I think that is it's a pretty decent trade-off. Anything's got to be better than what they did with Outer Worlds, where they just like spam a whole bunch of stat checkpoints everywhere, and then they show you the ones you could have got with if you went and got that stat instead. Like that, that system felt so dirty, like such a cheap version of it. I liked what they did in Cyberpunk, where just occasionally I had like a dialogue option that had my background, and it looks like Bethesda's doing that and just taking it up a notch, because you saw in one of their trailers for Starfield, they have the like, oh, looks like you've got experience as a bureaucrat, so like there will be acknowledging your background choice, which is pretty cool. And it looks like they have a lot more like I think with Cyberpunk, wasn't it 3 backgrounds you got to choose? You were like the nomad, you were a corporate worker, or the third one, I don't remember what it was, and like that was it. So looks like Starfield from the screenshots had like a dozen or so. Modern 104, do you have the Ron buy folders from here for 10 to 15 caps or something? That was something we tried to do. That was like, that is actually one of the things that that we wanted to have the Ron do was buy certain things, like buy technical documents, buy folders, but we couldn't figure out a way to do it with the existing barter screen with modifying the prices, because the only way you can modify the prices in real time, it seems like, that we could figure out, seems to be with F4SE. There's probably some hacky stuff we could do, where like maybe it didn't show you the price he was going to give you in the HUD, and then he would actually give you more. But it was one of those things where we just moved on because we had other things to work on, and that still is the case. I think he does have a barter option right now, and I don't think he'll buy anything from you. So like, I will fix it eventually to at least make it so that he'll give you whatever the price is that the vanilla game offers for those things. But our hope on paper was he would pay you extra for information related things. So like any extra holotapes you had, books you had, folders, like that was the goal, and we just couldn't figure out a way to do it with the stuff that we know how to do. It might be that there's a way to do it with, like, because I think there's perks in the game that mess with your barter fees, so it might be like we can look at that to try and reverse engineer it. You know, maybe make it so like the barter style perk, we duplicate that and say if the target is the Ron, you know, jack up the prices he'll pay for things real high. It might be able to do something like that, but it was one of those things where the juice wasn't worth the squeeze at the time, and then we've just nonstop had other stuff to work on. Oh my god, with the bots. More. There's an example quest of Vault E88 for tools, but isn't the thing in tools, they like, it's not like through the barter system, right? It's kind of like you just turn them in, or is it through the barter system? Because that's the, like, we were trying to use the vanilla interface for bartering to pull it off, because the setting up the turn-ins could work, but you have less control then, right? Like, so it's, for example, when we do, I'm trying to remember the character. I think it's either Dr. Messley Jones. We have like 2 different characters that let you turn in books. And like right now, I think when you say turn in the overdue books, they just take all of them from you. And because that's the easier way, because that's the type of sacrifice you make when you're coding, because we don't have a great system for an interface for it, or we got to code a janky interface. Whereas like, I like the barter window where you have explicitly say, I want to give up this thing and this thing and this thing. Especially if we're going to do such a broad thing like holotapes or technical documents, which, you know, you have other uses for, of not forcing the player to turn in all of that thing. Yeah, so I want to find a way to do it where the player has the individual choice without having to do a janky UI setup. Because like we could do a thing where it pops up a box and says like choose a number between 1 and 10 or whatever, and then it does that. But that'll take a while to code, and it's ugly. But like I said, I have a rough idea how you could do it, because there are things to modify barter prices in the perk system. So I'm guessing we can hijack like a duplication of that, and then add another condition that it only is in effect while you're talking to the Ron. I'm sure there's a way we could do it. I think you guys would rather have me spend my time right now doing bug fixes than making the Ron buy technical documents and folders from you. Beaten and bald, the Ron is the best. His voice is lower. He looks fatter. The Ron is best NPC every time. Others will disagree with you. I had somebody saying that the Ron was basically Preston 2.0 for them. But I think most people who are tuning in every week to this agree with that sentiment. Fastmod's way out of scope, but the Ron could genuinely be the Preston of Radiant info gathering questing. I mean, he already has a Radiant quest. But I think somebody said it doesn't work. And I remember trying to fix it at some point, and then it was another one of those things where just higher priority stuff came up. But I have one of his quests right now in my log, I think. Oh, I can't bring it up because I'm in TFC. I think I have one of his quests. But yeah, he does have a Radiant already set up. We already took the time to do that. Oh, more stuff to hide. All right, guys, I got about 5 minutes left in me. Anybody else got any more questions, stuff they want to chat about? But you guys can clearly clear. I'm fading. My plan of back-to-back coffees did not work. Thought I would be up late, but part of that is I've not been getting a lot of sleep lately. My 2-year-old is going through a phase right now where he wakes up, whines until his brother wakes up, and then both of them are unhappy, and so we've been having late nights trying to get him to go back to sleep. Let's see. The Ron is Duke Nukem if he retired from ass kicking. Duke Nukem now for me, like it used to be, it was a funny game when I was a kid, and then it just reminds me of the Duke Nukem Forever saga of like, it's just one more reminder of like why you always have to be releasing. Don't try and make it perfect, because your game will take 15 years and it will then be mediocre by modern standards. Fast Mod's first full watch. Much enjoyed and appreciated. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Veil and Love, I'm working on outfit conversions for SS2 female outfits. When, if I finish, how should I go about getting help for modding and packing? Should I handle crediting the team? Just DM me on Discord if you're on our Patreon server, or through our through the SimSettlements.com forums, and we can chat about it, and I can figure out what exactly you did and what you need permission for, etc. You sent me pics, XV. Let's see, I do have Discord open here. Oh, I see you got a picture of Cindy there. So here is open original. So here is XV's plot, if I can get it to open. We'll see if you guys can actually see it. I think in the past when I've tried to show you guys my screen that's not the game, you tell me you can't. Why is this not going full screen? Oh well. So anyway, so he's got cemetery on one side and a little theater stuck behind in the back, a big old 3x3. So another option for you guys. So you want the theater and you don't want my mine and Uit was, that's one of the last plots he designed actually before he went on break from modding. He designed the Wasteland Theater and a couple of, there's actually one more building plan that will come in the 3.0 patch that Uit did. A1 Racer, any info on the settlers unassigning occasionally? No, I am looking for some saves to try and sort that out, especially reproducible steps. The one that I keep hearing about is not just getting unassigned, but getting kicked out of the settlement, where all of a sudden like the settler count will drop. That I want to fix. I want to burn that with fire, but I have not been able to replicate it myself. And so far I haven't gotten any like simple reproduction steps or, you know, saves where somebody caught with a minimal load order where someone caught it right after it happened or something like that. Like I need some help recreating that situation so that I can actually deal with it. So, because I'm not sure if it's a workshop framework issue or if it's a SS2 issue, something else, maybe some weird mod conflict. I don't know what it is. The companions unassigned for you, Fuss. Yeah, I've heard that for a long time, that people say like Codsworth just gets unassigned from stuff all the time, but I don't have any control over that. I don't know what's causing that. Alrighty, guys. I think I'm gonna call it a night. So thank you all for joining me. Thank you everybody for super chatting. It was fun to play through some main quests with you all. Hopefully next week we will get Kellogg dead and the railroad proceeded forward so we can unlock some more characters. Although we did just unlock Rob Lambert there, so we did got some things knocked loose. So we'll continue the quest to collect all the settlers, and then maybe by the week after that we'll be ready for HQ 2.0. We'll see. All right, guys, take care.